It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, baby. Hello and welcome to the KVJ Show. It is a lovely little Thursday. Good morning, bird.
Good morning, we're on.
That's it, baby. How you feeling today?
I feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, don't I look like I'm in my prime?
You're looking amazing today, yes. Yeah, I've been seeing that little bug maybe that you had. There's a lot of people that have got some intestinal discomfort.
Yeah, I know someone that had to go to the ER. It got so bad for them. I knew 3 other people that had to miss work. There's something going on or some kind of bug. They're saying it can last up to 7 days with some people. So just one of the things I read was make sure you stay away from children. Or I'm like, that's kind of hard if you have kids, isn't it?
It is tough, yeah.
I've been waiting for somebody to tell me that.
Yeah.
Like, watch being around too many children. So. I'm like, all right.
Sorry, kids. Mommy's got to move out and get her own apartment. What I call a dream crash pad.
When I read that, I go, well, what are parents supposed to do? What, keep the kids outside?
Look, I follow the officials. If they say I got to get my own place, I got to get my own place.
And like anything, they say wash your hands like crazy.
Oh,
just
really?
because
Okay.
there's so many dirty people just that don't wash their hands.
Yeah, a lot of the viruses are spread by fecal matter, and a lot of the fecal matter is on our hands, our doorknobs, our handrails.
Well, the thing that I keep on, I've talked a lot of trash about Perkins. I stay at an Airbnb, and you never know about what's going on at one of those places. And I don't know if something didn't jive with my system there, but yeah, y'all.
You never know what you came in contact with, but yeah, it could be anything.
I mean, the one thing I did not come in contact with was the St. John's River monster. That does, I guess.
That eluded you.
That was the one thing you were looking for.
That did elude me.
Cyclospora found you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here you thought it was Perkins. Yeah, they said that some of the outbreaks that we've had of the cyclospora that is getting a lot of people, it's come from bagged salad mixes, cilantro, raspberry, snow peas, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I've been eating a lot of salad lately. This is not good news.
Me too. I have been too. I've been drinking so much water, and I know people think I don't drink that. I have been drinking tons and tons, and I cannot for the life of me stay hydrated. And that's another one of the symptoms they say. And they say you got to watch that. If it gets so bad where you cannot stay hydrated, you got to get your butt to the ER.
They're saying, too, you got to, even if it says rinsed your lettuce since, triple washed or whatever, you still have to wash it. Leaf by leaf.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, gosh, I don't have time for all that.
That is a lot.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You just know when the body's off. the body's slightly off.
And if you're going out to eat somewhere and you get a salad, you're not washing it leaf by leaf.
Right.
And I've officially retired from Perkins. I'm making my announcement now.
I mean, no offense to Perkins, but that's probably a good idea.
I
You're
honestly,
not the only one. I think there's been a lot of people retired from Perkins.
I mean, if you can afford to do better, do better.
I don't know what I wasn't thinking.
You're eating like you're a senior citizen on a fixed income.
And don't worry, I ate salad at Perkins. So
Doing it all wrong, folks.
ordered one of those.
You said you had a lovely little dinner last night, Virginia, with the family?
We did. We had a little barbecue dinner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Panda and I both we're trying to do eating healthier. We're doing it together, I think, which helps.
Okay.
So we went high protein, no carbs.
Or salad.
I ate a damn salad. Damn it.
Okay.
But yeah, I love having protein and salad. I run on that. As soon as I start having carbs, my body doesn't like it.
Yeah, it slows you down.
It slows me down. I'm sluggish. I'm not like Jay Bird. I don't feel good if I have too many carbs. It's weird.
I'm down 8 pounds.
That's good.
Is it though?
I found them.
I still look, when I take off my clothes, I still look skinny fat. So it's not like the 8 pounds was really worth it.
Weight really doesn't mean much.
No.
At your age, no. It's about muscle tone now.
It looks sickly. It's just not right.
Yeah. You said that Rocco was with you. Is that last night?
Yeah, so we were at the barbecue restaurant. It's like a fast casual, like nice place, but yeah. And they have like a speaker system in the place, and it's playing like some jams of the 90s.
Okay.
And Panda has turned Rocco on to a lot of jams of the 90s, and Rocco loves to sing. He's in singing lessons. And so Zombie by the Cranberries came on.
Okay, wow.
And he loves that song.
Okay.
And the vocal gymnastics in it are the fun part of that song, but he can hit the notes.
Okay.
Because he hasn't hit puberty yet.
Right.
So he was sitting at the booth, but he was kind of singing along, and it wasn't loud. I would say it was like medium loud.
Yeah.
And the lady at the next table was like, "Who the hell's singing?" She was so mad. And her adult son looked at her and went, "Mom, it's a kid right there. He's like enjoying himself singing." And she's like, "Ah."
At least the sun stuck up for Rocco.
I know. I was like, "Lady, chill out."
I feel bad for people like that. They're just joyless. It's kind of weird.
When I hear kids singing, I'm like, oh my gosh, let me lean in. This is so much fun, especially a kid singing something from the 90s.
It's the sounds of a joyous life.
Yeah.
Why does that upset people?
Yeah, the sounds of the 90s are very special. Yesterday, I had a doctor appointment, and it was kind of odd because as I'm getting x-rays done, they are blasting Red Hot Chili Peppers and the entire album, like the deep cuts. I thought it might have been their new album, and I'm going, and some of the language is kind of questionable. Like, that's an interesting strategy.
Cursing at the doctor's office.
Things have changed.
All right.
I guess when you got your own doctor's office, you can do whatever you want.
That's true.
It was a nice doctor's office, and I started grooving, to be quite honest with you.
We were just talking the other day about how this is one of the hottest toys out there now. But of course, it seems like as soon as something gets hot, it becomes dangerous. Nido is apparently the latest thing that is exploding in kids' faces this summer.
Yeah, I think what kids are doing is they're looking on TikTok, and dumb kids are telling other kids to put it in the microwave, or it got left in a hot car, and then these Nidos are exploding, and it's like hot lava that hits them in the face or the body, and it's just scary. It was the Nido people are like, it says on the packaging, don't put it in the microwave.
Wait, what? There's dumb kids on TikTok? What?
Yeah.
I think the ones putting in the microwave, it's like, all right, I mean, come on, what are we doing? Like, it's not built to be put in the microwave.
But TikTok, other kids are telling them to do this.
Yeah.
And I mean, when we were kids too, we were dumb. We were just lucky enough to not have TikTok.
Right.
You're right. All we did was play Bloody Mary in the bathroom. That's what we did. We didn't have TikTok.
I did plenty of stupid things, and I probably would have killed myself if I would have had TikTok.
I think probably the scariest thing is just, you got to pay attention to just leaving it in the hot car. That was the one story I saw got my attention. Because, if you do moronic things like put a toy in a microwave, all right. But, if you're just chilling in a car, you go into some place, you're out playing, the kid comes back, and there's this Nido toy, and he picks it up and didn't realize that was the one kid I saw on the news. It just went kaboosh and exploded in his face like hot lava everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I guess you got to watch Nido now.
Leave your Nido in the house, not in the car.
Yes. So just crazy because that burning stuff is terrible.
If you threw Nido at my head, I would have no idea what it was.
You know what it is? It's like a squishy. It's like a stress ball.
Yeah.
But it's like gooier.
Okay.
It's a little softer than a stress ball.
Gooey stress balls.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't get on you, but it's pliable. It's very pliable.
Is it because we're stressing our kids out so much today?
Yeah. Hey, at least they're not on their phones.
They do, yeah. They need like Nido. They need like that squishy butter.
Yeah.
That's
They've got
cool.
all these little toys for comfort.
I say bring back the lawn dart.
Taking him to therapy. We got him medicated.
My kid could not handle the lawn dart.
No kid could. It was a weapon.
And it's starting to realize that maybe we've been a little too soft on our kids. A lot of them doing this helicopter parenting now where they just don't want them to ever see any struggles. And There are now some people who are saying, I think we've done a massive disservice to this generation of children. They said our kids become who they can be and who we allow them to be. And without any kind of struggle and building of strength, it's like going to the gym. You won't have those lifetime muscles that you need to get yourself out of life's jams, which inevitably will come your way.
You got to struggle in life.
Yeah. He said when kids are trusted, they do incredible things. And it's a generation of parents that don't have any faith in their kids that they can work themselves out of it. And they will fail. And there might be times where they're starting to sink in the quicksand and you got to give them a helping hand up. But without learning how to try to get out of that situation, they're not developing those life muscles that you need. And they're seeing a generation of kids now that are hitting their 20s that are just like, they can't do anything. And the struggle, every little thing that comes at them is throwing them into such a tizzy that they can't cope. And they're just like, oh my gosh, it's like they're just spun. And then they go into a shell and they lay on their couch and they don't move for 6 months.
I think a lot of it is, I see it in my own parenting too. Like sometimes you want to be buddies with your kid. You want to be kind to your kid. And kids, they will always lean towards laziness and underperforming. But you have to be the heavy and make them do things outside of their comfort zone and make them do things that are uncomfortable, things they don't want to do. You got to show them that it's not just lounging around in a life of leisure for you.
Yeah.
We expect more out of you.
Well, at least with that Pokemon Go, it had kids going out, being active, looking for things.
That's true.
I thought that was a cool thing. Parents were doing it with their kids.
Yeah.
That's different than laying on your bed and doom scrolling.
Well, I think, too, if you see a kid having a disagreement with another kid, before you go rushing in there and break them up and don't let them, try to work things out, give them a little bit of time. Now, if they're punching each other in the face, yeah, you might want to step in. But if they're just, one's grabbing the other thing out of another kid's hand, like sometimes let them work on some of these issues themselves. Conflict resolution. Give them a chance to get there without always playing the referee. And I understand because it is tough to see your kid struggle. It really is. It makes you sad as a parent. You just want to end that as fast as possible. But I think you got to kind of set in your own brain, be like, okay, let me let them go a little bit. This struggle is good for them. I need to tell myself that ultimately this is what is building them for life. And if I keep intercepting every single struggle they have, they just don't have any coping mechanisms. So as they do get into their late teens and their 20s and even their 30s, they get hit with a struggle. You're not there and they can't handle it.
Life's not always going to be cushy.
Yeah.
And if you make it cushy and they never have to deal with anything, you are creating a marshmallow of a child.
Call me crazy, but I think we should bring back the popularity of karate with kids. That's just my opinion.
I think karate, all that stuff, Tai Chi.
Yeah,
it is
that's all
good.
good.
It is. It's great.
I think sport, all that stuff that you can get your kids in. And honestly, where you cannot be the person that is moderating every single fight, letting them get into environments where they got to work things out, whether it be a sport team or anything else they're doing, it's good for them. You got to turn your kids into that stuff. Without the struggle, they're not going to get strong. Now, what do you do when you got to parent your own parents? That is something a little bit more difficult because, Virginia, you got a free-spirited mother, and apparently she has been on the prowl. And she, I guess, did a disappearing act for quite some time the other day. And you guys were looking her down, and the whole time you're thinking, oh, my gosh, are we Nancy Guthrie part 2?
Yeah, we couldn't find her. We didn't know if she'd been Nancy Guthrie'd.
Oh, geez.
For like 5 hours, she was missing.
Okay.
And we called the cops. And after investigating and figuring out and piecing together what happened, she was pissy because Frank, her husband, wouldn't take her driving around the neighborhood looking for yard sales. He told her no.
I mean,
she wanted to go drive around. But here's what she wanted to do. Here's why Frank told her no.
Yeah.
She has a bunch of jewelry that she's made. She makes these little beaded jewelry.
top notch.
Mm-hmm. Very expensive.
Top-notch prices.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's made a bunch of stuff, and she wants Frank to drive her around the neighborhood and look for a yard sale so she can go in there, bum rush it, and start selling her goods at somebody else's yard sale.
Oh, no.
That's her plan.
Oh, wow.
So Frank told her no, and she got pissy. And so she took her walker and started walking down the street. She's like, well, I'll go look for yard sales by myself then. And so she's on foot like a turtle.
Did she find any?
No, she did not. But guess what she found? The bus stop.
Okay.
And so she got on the bus, but she doesn't have her cell phone. All she's got is her walker and her purse.
Okay.
Gets on the bus, thinks she knows where she's going, doesn't know where this bus goes, and then she's gone for hours and hours. It took her to the mall at one point. She's talking to all these people at the mall.
Linda's big adventure.
I'm like, Linda, when you were at the mall talking to all those people and you realized you didn't have your cell phone, why didn't you call Frank and tell him where you were? She's like, oh, I didn't think about it. BS. She was punishing him for saying no to not take her driving around town looking for a yard sale she could bum rush.
Okay. That was the plan, huh?
That was her plan.
I mean, it didn't sound like it's that big a deal, though, in the voicemail message she left you. It seems like she's got a pretty good explanation for everything.
This is the message that she left me. I didn't answer because I was fuming mad. This is right after she showed up at the house, and everybody's like, where have you been? And this is her explaining where she's been.
Hi, Virginia. Sorry. I went to go looking for the yard sale that was on the street next to mine, but it wasn't there anymore. I guess it was just for Saturday, not for Sunday. But when I walked all the way around the corner, it wound up at the bus stop. So I decided to ride the bus down to Ingram Shopping Mall. And then when I was on the bus, I tried to call Frank, and I looked in my purse, and I didn't have my phone. So I went to Ingram Shopping Mall, and I went in there and talked to the people at JCPenney's, where I used to get my hair done, and told them that I wasn't getting it in anymore because you bought me this hairpiece.
Okay, so she went into JCPenney where she used to get her hair done.
And she told them, because I'm sure they were wondering, no, they probably weren't,
Yeah.
why she wasn't there. I bought her this hairpiece. And so now she doesn't need to go in there and get her hair done because it looks really good. Like the hairpiece is like
popping.
Fake hair, just like her daughter has.
Yeah. Who doesn't these days, right?
Who am I talking to?
Right, come on. I get it.
I apologize. Game recognizes game.
So she just ran through this whole thing like this was no big deal at all.
Oh, yeah. She's just giving me the rundown.
Yeah.
But this is 5 hours of all of us freaking out while she's having this adventure.
Now, would you have been as mad if she called within an hour of her going out and letting you know, hey, I'm out for the town. I'm just kind of exploring?
No, we would have sent somebody over to get her and we would have been fine. But she didn't call.
Okay, my question here, how do you know when someone is not to be trusted out on their own? Because that would be tough. If I were an adult and I felt very capable and my kids are like, no, you can't go out and have a day. I'd be like, you know what? I've gotten to this point in my life. If I want to go out and just go to JCPenney's and tell them I'm not coming there anymore to get my hair did, then I should have the right to be able to go to JCPenney and tell them that I'm not going to be coming here. It's like, you don't... Like, leave me alone. Like, let me have a little bit of space.
I wonder the same thing. And I think it's when you start seeing your parents doing things that are hindering their
safety.
Just, like that. But I know what you mean. I think that all the time. If I was 80 years old and I wanted to go to JCPenney's and someone's telling me I can't go and I still got the energy to go, I'm gonna get snappy and annoyed with that person.
She made it there and back. So what is it about your mom, Virginia, you don't think she's capable of this kind of adventure?
Well, she didn't know the bus route. If you continue to listen to the message, she explains that she was on a bus that she had no idea it was going to take that long to get back home after the adventure. And everybody was worried. We thought we didn't know where she was for 5 hours.
But she did work out her own problems. We were just talking about how you got to let your kids have a little bit of freedom to be able to work things out themselves. Do you have to do the same thing with your parent? When do you decide that they're no longer able to work things out by themselves?
She was lucky because she didn't encounter anybody with ill will.
Okay, right.
Here's the problem with Linda, my mother.
Yeah.
If she encounters anybody who's trying to hurt her, scam her, separate her from her money, she just gives them whatever they're asking for. Like she trusts everybody.
Sure. It's a lovely quality.
It's it's a scary quality when you're her daughter, because if anybody wanted to hurt her along her journey, they probably could have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's a lamb in a world of wolves.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But she's an explorer just like her daughter.
It's true.
I mean, you love to hit a town.
And she did, she had some hiccups, but, Linda did make it home okay. She's doing great. She's giving you that call to give you that peace of mind.
She rolled up. The cops were there. Her son, my half brother, was flustered mad because now it's all falling on him.
Right.
He moved back home and he's like, how bad can she be? And me and my sister, who've been dealing with this for years, were like, oh, strap in, Tony. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, this is week 2.
Okay.
This is his week 2 introduction to Linda's antics.
My other question is, when does the law have to get involved when someone is missing? You always hear about that one thing, gotta wait 24 hours, but I think that's an old school kind of a mentality. I think if
it's a silver alert and it's a senior citizen that may not have all their faculties or trusting everyone is a problem, like with my mom, they put out a silver alert right away.
Got ya.
Now, if it's a person your age or my age and we have our faculties, I think they do wait 24 hours.
I do not have my faculties. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
You better call very quickly.
It might be fun on the show that can't go out for a day of shopping.
We put out a silver alert and you're not silver?
You better silver that thing up quick.
I think everybody was just mad because she didn't take her phone, and she did it because she was upset.
Okay.
She was like, I'll show you.
Well, she's hard to control.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If I tell her, like, say, stay back here in the green room, Mom, off the offices at my work. I just need you to sit there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I will find her down the hall in a meeting with all the bosses, leading them in the Star-Spangled Banner.
That was kind of awesome.
I mean, everything honestly that you're saying, it sounds like, all right, she's just living her best life and she's having some fun.
I mean, you talk about that like that's a bad thing. That thing was awesome.
She made her head boss stand and put her hand on her heart.
I thought
This is all fun.
I thought it was so endearing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not hearing anything that is, of great concern. She's living her best life.
You know she's listening to this right now. I'm going to fight you when we go to commercial.
I'm not pleased because you will destroy me. Then I'll probably crap my pants. So please do not destroy us.
Okay. I need help. I just don't want her to end up like Nancy Guthrie.
Okay. Well, keep in mind, they came for her.
They did come for her, but...
They had reason. She was a marked woman, we believe.
When you're out in the wild, there's wolves. You said it yourself. Yeah. I'm just worried about the lamb of the mother that I have.
I hear you.
Kev, come on. You always pick the bear. Right?
You can start putting this into your calendar now. If you've got kids that like football, the Dolphins do something really cool that we started going to a couple years ago where they have open practices where fans can come and watch. Now, a lot of these are during the week. So if you got kids that are going to be in school and it's tough to do, but they have a couple of Saturdays and they encourage fans to RSVP. Now, all the practices are free with free parking. That is the cool thing there. You want to get onto those bleachers and sit way up. It is shaded, but keep in mind, it's going to be crazy hot.
The cool thing, too, that you can do is you can kind of walk around a little bit and come over on the other side from the bleachers. That's where all the players' families and girlfriends and children sit. So you can kind of, if you're like me, get a little nosy and wander over that way.
Yeah.
And because we were like watching and seeing everybody, like back when Tua was the quarterback. Yep. He would go like 15, 20 deep with all of his family and relatives. It's just fascinating to go over there and eavesdrop and be nosy.
Yeah, it's fun to see, and you get a little bit of that perspective of what their normal life looks like as well.
And then if you like football, yeah, you can watch that part too, but I'm more about the, nosy family dynamics.
Yes. Well, they do a whole bunch of cool stuff. They've got a giveaway to the first 1,000 fans that are there. There's food trucks, fan festivities. They got a garage sale that benefits the Dolphins Foundation that they do out there as well. It is shaded a good part of it. I think they're hopefully getting a little bit more of that because, once you get out in that sun, it's hot. So they do what they can to try to create shade. And if you've ever been to the Baptist Health there, the training facility. It's a lot of it's unshaded.
Bring your own personal portable fans. Just get those little menopause fans off of Amazon. They're like $15.
I mean, I honestly thought some villain was using a laser yesterday. It felt so hot.
It is hot, y'all.
It was rough.
Yeah, we were in peak heat. You know, when you can tell when the daily temps are like 93 to 94 and the feel like temp is like 105. It's like, okay, baby, it's summertime. It's South Florida.
I know it's doing all kinds of crazy stuff to my hair, Virginia.
Well, thank goodness you have that Angry Birds hat on.
Like
it's the middle of
hat, yeah.
like it's the middle of winter.
Yeah.
It's cold in here, dog.
Okay, so here are the events you might want to write down. Sunday, August 2nd, 9:30 a.m. That is going to be the first Dolphins practice going to be open to the public. Sunday, August 2nd.
I love it.
Then that following Saturday, August 8th at 10:15 a.m., they're going to be doing a practice at Hard Rock Stadium. Now, there'd be a lot of shade on that. That would be the one that I would put down as a great one to go attend.
And is that one free as well in the stadium?
I'm giving you all the free stuff here.
Okay, that is super cool. Because when do you get an opportunity to go into the stadium and not have to pay out the you-know-what? That is a great family tip.
Yeah, so you get to see the players, and, you know, sometimes they'll sign autographs and stuff like that, but it's just kind of a cool little thing you can check out.
And if you have little kids, they don't know that they're not at a real football game.
You know, and honestly, it's a different dynamic. It's like I said, it's such a cool atmosphere because you can actually possibly get access to some of the players, and it's just that kind of chill environment, which is what makes it great. So I would say it's even better than a game for kids.
For a little kid, they would love that, to see their favorite players with a chance of getting autographs and pictures. That's the ultimate thing.
When Christian Wilkins invited us to go down there, they had a thing going where each week a player would have his playlist playing during practice.
I can still do that.
So what a cool thing. Like, they'll announce which player's playlist it is, and then you can jam out knowing, oh, wow, that's my favorite player's songs.
Oh, I would love to I would love just to do my own playlist and not tell anybody and just see everyone's reaction going, why is James Taylor playing right now?
That is hard to get intense to.
Yeah, well, I've seen they still do that. You got a new coach and a new regime, so I don't know if they'll carry that over from the old days.
I hope they do. That was such a cool feature.
It was. And this is a weekday thing, but they've got a joint practice with the New York Giants. That's going to be on Thursday, August 20th. That's at 9:30 a.m. at Baptist Health. So that's just some of the stuff as we get ready for football season, just about 2 months away. But before we get there, though, I just want to point out the Miami Marlins are the best team in Major League Baseball since June 1st, going 25-8. They're on a 5-game win streak, and they beat the Mariners 2-0 last night.
You know what that means? They're about to trade some of their best players.
Gosh, I was looking at that. They've got a couple of all-stars. I'm like, they're actually building something. It's kind of exciting.
People are finally going to the games. Let's trade everybody.
They can't have that.
Yeah. Also, Justin Verlander, who lives in Jupiter, he is getting ready to wrap it all up. He's going to be done at the end of the season. So he's had an amazing career, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 266 career wins. He's 8th on the all-time strikeout list over 21 seasons.
Can you blame him for wanting to be home more with Kate Upton?
Yeah, and he's going to be he's a future Hall of Famer. He's really good.
2-time World Series champion and 3 career no-hitters. So great career for Justin Verlander. Is going to get to spend a little bit more time home here in South Florida. Also wanted to point out that Coco Gauff is trying to get into the finals of Wimbledon today.
Nice.
Karolina Mukova is who she's going to be playing today for the right to play on Saturday in the finals. So give her a little bit of love. She's the highest ranked player left, 7th in the world. So we'll see. Hopefully she can do that and move on. And I don't know if you've seen this as we get ready for a World Cup match here in South Florida on Saturday. I see that that Norwegian team with that dude Holland is practicing here in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's cool.
Getting all ready. They're taking on England on Saturday at Hard Rock Stadium. And so they're down here. So I know a lot of people now are starting to get to recognize this guy. I told you the story before that my daughter had seen him over in Europe. And he was on a boat, and he got off the boat, and people were swarming him like crazy. And now that you kind of see who this guy is, the Viking, have you seen how crazy this guy is in some of his highlights? Oh, the guy's a maniac. And
He's a
fantastic.
beast.
He's fantastic. I can get why he's a global star. We're starting to see a little bit of it now.
If his nickname's the Viking, he better be.
Yeah, he looks like a Viking. He's got the long blonde hair. He loves wearing the Viking helmets. He eats everything like raw. I think he just drinks milk right out of the udder.
Okay.
Yeah.
They walk a cow out there for him?
Yeah, he's into this raw milk thing, and they're all like going, don't do like what he does. We don't recommend drinking raw milk.
It's very weird for the cow.
It's working for him.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people say, big. Well, if he can do it, why can't I? They're like, well, you're not him. So that's probably a good reason why. So anyway, a lot of fun stuff sports-wise happening here in South Florida and around the world. I think every single local news station in Palm Beach County has their news crew at Palm Beach International Airport today. It is like the top story. They're like, oh, my goodness. I don't know if I've ever seen anything so overcovered for just a name change.
It's very overcovered.
All we really did was just switch out a few signs here and there. I don't know if there's anything exciting going on. The airport's just kind of chill and mellow.
The airport is exactly the same as it was yesterday.
Yes.
So all it is a name change. Everybody calm down.
Yeah, PBI to DJT.
What, people are upset?
People are already mad at me and leaving nasty comments. I'm like, look, I didn't change the name.
No.
Are you really getting comments?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they started yesterday.
Yeah, well, you got to understand it is what it is.
It's very political. I get it. And, if you're on the opposite side, you don't agree. But look, why are we going to get all upset about things we cannot change?
Yeah.
People, please. It's an airport. It's lovely.
It happens on both sides. I just flew out of JFK. So.
Exactly.
You Republicrat.
Yeah. So.
And who knows, I mean, everything changes, people.
Yeah.
In this hot political climate, one party gets power and does what they want.
Yeah.
Then the other party will get power and do what they want. And that's just going to be your life for the remaining time on this earth.
We had nothing to do with it, so it is what it is,
And let's care about things that actually matter. I don't care.
I mean, that's the one good thing about people fighting about politics. I'm not online nearly as much as I used to be, which is, I think, a good thing.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Well, they say that if you're going to be going to any airport, and I did see that PBI/DJT, whatever you want to call it, is in like the top 10 for the best airports in the country. Now, these things always come out. I think they had Tampa at 6. We're at 10.
I think we have a great airport.
Yeah.
I fly a lot. I have a lot of airport and TSA line experience.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like New Orleans, Nashville, nightmares.
Yeah.
Literally nightmares.
Aren't they working on both those airports, though, trying to upgrade them?
They're both upgraded. They're both beautiful. But you're just talking about so many people trying to come through at the same time.
Right.
Even if they built the biggest airport, which they both did.
Yeah.
It's chaos because there's so many people. We are lucky that DJT, it's going to take a minute. DJT is so easy to get in and out of.
I got into a wheelchair accident at the Atlanta airport. I'm not even kidding you.
Atlanta will change you as a human.
They had me in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. And then there was another woman who couldn't walk. And the lady she had to have been on something. She was speaking a mile a minute and just going through all these people. They're like, lady, please, you're about to hit somebody. And of course, she hits another woman with a wheelchair.
Damn.
I know. It was like, dang.
A hit and run?
It was a hit and run. It really was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think they really started a lot of the upgrades that are going to be doing at PBI/DJT.
They have started. So there's a lot of under construction areas going up. The new Dunkin' Donuts, a new bar, which I'm a big favor of. It's like an upscale bourbon bar right there in front of the Delta Sky Club.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Little Cholo Soy, got the shirt on today. Going to be there.
Cholo Soy's going in. So many. I think Rocco's Tacos, like all kinds of fun
I love
stuff.
it. It's some really good local staples. That's what
Yes.
airports, I think, should have.
Now, does that mean the Fort Lauderdale airport has to change their name into a Democrat's name?
I don't know.
No, you got to have the person from that area.
I'm just trying to have a little.
But anything's possible.
I'm just trying to make jokes.
You know what I think will be interesting, though? Already just seen some of the comments. I think that'll be one of those tells as to which party you might lean towards by what you call the airport. because I think people who don't love it are going to say DJT, and people who love it are going to call it Trump International. Just see if that becomes a thing.
Well, the technical name, and I know because I have to read it on the radio, I'm paid to do their commercials, is President Donald J. Trump International Airport.
That's just too long for anybody.
That is a that's a mouthful.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
I have to. I have
to because you get paid. If you ain't getting paid, I ain't going all that way. Nuh-uh, that's a mouthful. Nuh-uh, you get DJT or Trump International out of me.
I think DJT will be a lot easier in the long run, but I think in the transition, it's a requirement, for me at least.
Yeah, you're different.
I would recommend you to say DJT and not the whole thing. If you don't have to do it, it's a mouthful, y'all.
Well, I'm already seeing some people saying, yeah, it'll be DJT for me because they don't want to put any love on Trump's name. So that might be what the tell is. That's what I'm saying is I think maybe that might be the – and then somebody who really just can't stand it will probably never call it anything but PBI.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And look, whatever camp you're in, call it whatever you want. Just please do me this favor. Don't fight about this with people.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
You're raising your own blood pressure. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're getting all upset and you can't change it.
You just call it the airport in Palm Beach.
Just say the airport in Palm Beach if you're so upset.
That's it. Well, they say there are some things, regardless of the name, that you should never buy at an airport. They say Wi-Fi, one of them. They say paid airport networks can be costly and less secure. It's better to plan data access ahead.
Really?
And I'm doing that all the time. Okay, I'm 0 for 1.
I did that too.
Nice start, Kev.
Don't feel bad. I did the same thing.
Don't travel like I do, y'all.
His name is Kevin Wi-Fi Ralston.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
My password's 1234.
I'm the most hacked man.
Oh, my gosh.
So hackable.
Kevin Hacks Ralston. They say large power banks you should not buy at an airport because they may face airline restrictions due to battery safety limits.
Yeah, it's weird because you would think in the airport they know you're traveling, so they should sell you a higher quality battery pack, but they don't.
Yeah.
Those battery packs in the airport are like the crappy ones, the ones that you see lighting on fire.
Yeah. Electronics, they say it's not good to buy at an airport. It's risky due to warranties, compatibility issues, and difficulty returning faulty items.
Yeah, good luck. You got to go through TSA to return your item, and you can't get through TSA without a boarding pass.
Wow. Oh, that would be so difficult.
You are
You're
not
right.
bringing that back.
You're right. That's a good thought. I mean, people probably just buy the one thing about it. Be like, I cannot return this thing. This thing better work.
Well, people buy it when they're in a pinch.
That's exactly it.
And they go, oh my
Yep.
gosh, my phone is at 16% and I don't have a charger.
16%. I'm like, I am living large.
If my phone was at 16%, I could not leave my house.
Yeah, they say don't go with bottled water either in an airport because it's heavily marked up. They said it's best just to bring a refillable bottle instead.
Bring your own tumbler.
Okay.
And they have it now in all the airports where you just fill your own tumbler. Now, you have to empty your tumbler when you go through TSA, so you can only bring like a plain empty tumbler. You can't have it filled with water when you go through screening.
Yeah, have you ever been hit in the head with a tumbler? Believe me, I have. It hurts.
I've thought about that before. When I'm carrying my tumbler, I'm like, yeah, this
Dude.
would make a great weapon.
If you threw that off my head, I'm not getting up until tomorrow.
Come at me, bro.
No.
I'm ready for him with this tumbler.
That's a weapon.
It is a weapon.
And they say never get foreign currency at an airport. There's poor exchange rates and high fees. ATMs or banks are way cheaper. So regardless of the name, don't get those things at an airport.
When I was in Italy, I had so much fun going to an Italian bank. There was like all these good-looking Italian people in there, and they were like, buongiorno. It was fun. I love an Italian bank.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
There's a swagger in there with these Italian guys. They're all in good
Sure,
suits.
of course.
That's how I feel.
They look at you and they're like, oh, American principessa.
That's how I feel about Italian restaurants.
Well, despite the name change, 62% of KVJ TV is going to stick with PBI. So it'll be interesting to see if that ever does start to switch out. And the people who are going to change with the name, 19% using Trump International, 18% using DJT. But it's not going to be official on your boarding passes, I guess, until I think it's August 18th is the actual date that it'll start switching over.
Gotcha.
So, signs and all that stuff done today. The official name's supposed to happen, but the 18th is when everything will be all time. And then how long before people start regularly calling it Trump International or DJT? That might take years or generations.
Look, call it whatever you want. I'm not going to be mad at you.
Nope.
You call it whatever you want. Just please don't fight with other people about it.
I told you guys yesterday, I'm a Greyhound bus man.
You are.
A lot of fighting on that, too.
Oh, there really is.
You might get stabbed and have your face eaten.
I actually do not recommend getting on a Greyhound bus.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. For the first time since that sexual harassment legal fight with Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively began, Justin is speaking out. Now, he did a little video with his wife, Emily, and he summed up the entire ordeal with one word: injustice.
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 Oh, wow.
Did he win, I thought?
He won, but he lost. So it's weird. If you look at it, like, all of her claims were just BS. And so the judge threw, like, all of them out pretty much. And then only let her have a few. And then they settled, but we don't know, like, what they agreed upon because it was done behind closed doors and it wasn't in front of a judge and a jury and all that. And she was awarded attorney's fees, which means that, you know, they're still fighting over how much exactly those are going to be. But she and her attorneys say the fees are $8 million. $8 million.
Wow.
$8 million.
Are you believing that?
For attorney's fees. Yeah, I am actually, because I know what the attorneys do and I know how long this fight has gone on for. I mean, they've been battling for years now.
Wow.
Is that even good, the movie? Has anyone even seen it?
It starts with us, or it begins with us, or it ends with us.
Or just
something like that. It's something like that.
I just went through all three of the movies they could have made together.
I love our movie reviews.
Could have been it begins with us, it stays with us, it ends with us. I mean, there you go. There's the three movies.
It's one of those.
All right.
Here they are briefly talking about the experience, the Baldonis, talking about what they've gone through.
Spoken publicly for the better part of the last 2 years. And it's not because we haven't had anything to say,
Right.
because the Lord knows we have. Something was telling us not to. It just didn't feel like the right time.
And this feels like the moment. We are sitting here today feeling immense gratitude for so many things and so many people. And it doesn't negate the injustice and the pain that we have also felt in the last few years. How could something like this even happen, let alone disguised as a fight for women? Reality is that there's been a lot of trauma for us to move through as a family.
There have been so many painful things that have been spoken into existence
Untruthful.
over the last couple years. And that created so much noise, and we didn't want to add to the noise. So we just wanted to let the justice system run its course.
And the truth and the facts have spoken for themselves. And here we are.
Oh, man, how many times did they rehearse that one? That's at least 5 takes before they nailed it.
Just remember, he's an actor.
Exactly.
And he's saying and acting and appearing.
Is it possible this is one of those equations where everyone involved is annoying?
Yes.
I mean, from Ryan Reynolds to Blake
But I
Lively.
would say in the whole war, I think he's coming out on top.
He is. He is definitely coming out on top because Blake Lively had all these terrible accusations about him being a horrible human to her because she was a woman on the set, and specifically made it about sexual, horrible things that just, I mean, they just didn't add up. They weren't true. And the judge looked at everything and threw out most of her complaints because she was saying that it was sexual harassment because he was talking about the birth of one of his children and how that all went down, and describing things that happened in the birthing suite. And the judge is like, no, that's not sexual harassment. That's not him talking like sexy talk to you. What are you talking about?
That's what some of these PR teams, what they do, they get in a room, and if there's some kind of battle, they come up with a strategy and say, how do we ruin Virginia Sinicki's reputation? Okay, well, here's the big three, guys. Now get to work, get it out to the Sun, the whatever that is being reported on. That's a real thing.
Make no mistake about it. This fight between Justin and Blake was about power and control over this movie script.
Yes.
And she had a plan and he had a script, and they were two different agendas. She wanted it to go one way. She wanted to rewrite his script and tell him how he should do it better. And he was like, bitch, please. This is my script, my movie. I am in charge and I'm an actor. You're going to do it my way. And she said, the hell I am. I'm Blake damn Lively. Now here's my dragons, bitch.
If you directed and wrote something, typically you don't want the actors going in and changing things unless, I mean, there's few that get a pass that are legends and say, hey, what if we do it this way? Okay, Jack, we can try it that way.
Yeah.
But it's a small list of people who are able to even sniff that kind of power.
And I think maybe if she would have come with ideas that were better than the ones that he had, and he was able to drop his ego and recognize that, maybe he would have gone with those ideas. But from what people were saying, they screened her ideas in front of test audiences, and it didn't work. It wasn't making sense to them. People didn't like the Blake Lively ideas, was what I had heard had happened. So, this is just over power, and this is over ego, and it's not about sexual harassment in the workplace. No. That's a bunch of BS.
I agree with the witch on this one.
But it sounds like he is going to be slapped with that $8 million attorney bill for her attorneys. I'll keep you posted on whether or not he pays it, because so far I don't think he has. In other news, opening up this weekend, the live action Moana. Now, The Rock is coming back as Maui, but it's not a cartoon, y'all. It's not a new Moana cartoon. It's live action, so it's really him with a Maui. I guess he's wearing a wig. It's a whole getup.
How do the people feel about that, the live action movies? Usually I hear crappy things about them.
Look, they did it with Lilo and Stitch. Disney did. And they did it with Mulan. And I thought Lilo and Stitch was adorable. I loved it. I liked the live action remake. I'm a big fan of the original cartoon Moana. I want to give it a shot. Is it a little hokey to see him running around in that long flowing wig? Yes, it is. The optics are funny.
Now, it hasn't gotten to the general public yet, but the critics are giving it a 35% splat on the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, that's critics. I don't trust them. I trust the people, but I see what everyone's saying about this. It could be a bomb.
I guess there's a lot of memes circulating, too, making fun of him and the hair. And I mean, it is funny.
You'll know the movie doesn't do well if you see The Rock back on WWE's Raw on Monday night.
You're right.
That's how you'll know.
He should go there anyway, just to promote it. I mean, honestly.
There's a real good chance they will do that.
You're right. Are you calling it?
I'm calling it now, and he has to fight Moana or whatever. I don't know the storyline. Is Moana even?
No, they're not fighting each other, I don't think.
All right.
That'd be quite a
They're
twist.
teamed up.
Can you tell I don't have kids?
So check it out if you want. That's going to be hitting theaters this Friday. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
I asked KVJ TV who won the PR war between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. If you're looking at just the two of them, it's not even close. Baldoni gets 52% of the vote to 2% for Blake Lively.
2%.
2%. That's what I told you. I think it's a landslide on that. Now, 45% say they both lost, so it may not have been good for either one. But if you're looking at a head-to-head on who definitely fared worse in this, Blake Lively, and the fact she wasn't at Taylor Swift's wedding, I think says it all, y'all.
Yeah, you're right.
She got that reputation of mean girl, and people don't want to work with the mean girl. That's her reputation right now in Hollywood.
And not just from this drama with Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
She had that before
She did.
Taylor Swift. A lot of people came out and said, she's actually a monster on the set.
A lot of credible people, and they weren't men saying it.
No, other women were saying it too.
I am excited about this time of year because you've got a lot of movies that are going to be coming out, and some of the trailers, even for movies that are going to be a ways off, kind of got me excited. They had the trailer for Dune 3 drop, and that was a movie I was late to the party on. In fact, the second one was out before I even watched the first, but it was cool because I watched the two back to back. And after that, I'm like, oh, man, I cannot wait. Now it's been about a year and a half since I've seen the second one, and I can't remember what the movie's about.
Oh, no.
You become a Dune goon.
That's it. I was, and now Doom got amnesia.
You got to go back and watch it again.
That's the only problem with these.
Don't feel bad. That happens to me all the time. I'm like, I know I saw that, but I can't remember anything about this.
I used to hate to rewatch stuff. Now I kind of like it because I forget.
I do too.
I watched a Dateline thing the other day, and it was right at the end, and I was like, oh, man, I think I already watched this. I know who the murderer is. But it was like from 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and I forgot.
I used to get bummed out. I now get excited. I'm like, I think I saw this, but it's kind of brand new to me again.
Just take the ride, Kev. Watch Dune 1 and 2 again.
No, I seriously might. Honestly, look, if something was good and you kind of remember that, but you don't remember all the ins and outs, it's not bad to go back and rewatch it. In fact, what really helps it out is to watch it with somebody that hasn't seen it.
Yes.
And then you kind of have the vague knowledge of what's going on and what's going to happen as you see it, but then you're seeing the excitement through fresh eyes. And I do like that. My wife and I have kind of fallen into some projects like that, where she's watched her own little thing. Like, for instance, I watched Landman. She didn't, so I'm kind of walking her through that. She just watched another show. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to go through that when she's going to watch it again.
That is fun to watch something with somebody who's never seen it, and you know, like, oh, that cool part's about to come up. I hope they like it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Now, some of these movies, look, it's about how it comes out of the gate a lot of times because people were hearing stuff. You were just talking about the live-action Moana movie that's got a 36% right now on Rotten Tomatoes. And that's not the kind of headline that you want to launch a movie because the narrative starts to write itself.
Right.
Doesn't it? Because people are like, oh, the movie's terrible. And then people may not even see it, and they're only just regurgitating that little blurb I just said, and they go, oh, don't even bother. It's a terrible movie. I haven't even seen it. But now in their head, it's awful. And so sometimes I wonder with these movies, because I have a feeling these movie houses, they try to get out in front of some of these stories, and they want to establish the narrative early on.
That's why sometimes there's been claims of bots being,
Sure.
thrown in there too. If a movie's tanking, they're like, all right, we're spending $50,000 on bots to say how awesome this movie is.
Or you employ influencers.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
go out and act like, oh my gosh, the best movie ever, and they're telling people this stuff, and then, do you really believe it? I guess you got to stop believing influencers.
Not if it's from an influencer.
If they're not getting it right. Because right now I am hearing early word on Christopher Nolan's retelling of Homer's The Odyssey is that it is epic and it's phenomenal. They say that the buzz is through the roof. Now, there's a big cast and a lot of payoff on this, and I'm sure it was not very cheap to put together because when you have an epic movie like this, it is going to be very costly to do that. Now, this is the one that has Matt Damon in it. And so the cast is, pretty big.
Okay.
Oh, with Pattinson, he's in it too.
Yeah, you got Tom Holland, you got Zendaya, you got Charlize Theron.
Oh, wow.
So
I saw the preview, and it's weird because it does look really good. And the only thing that looks weird and goofy to me is Matt Damon. He doesn't look like he belongs in the movie, and I think he's a great actor.
Right.
But for some reason, I go, it almost looks like he's superimposed and he's doing an SNL sketch.
Is he helping to produce it and he put himself in it?
I don't know. For some reason, he's the only thing that stuck out. I go, this isn't jiving with me.
Okay, boomer.
It was weird. I don't know.
Is Matt Damon aged out of being with all the young, cool, hip cast members?
Again, I like Matt Damon's movies. I mean, he's a good actor.
I think you're okay with that. You know, for me, it's supposed to be a Greek tale, and none of the cast looks very Greek to me. I mean, if you're talking about Robert Pattinson, the guy's British. You got Matt Damon, who's all gringo. And, you know, so it falls a little short a bit for me in some of that casting. Now, they do have Anne Hathaway in there as playing the wife that he's trying to get back home to. If you know the poem of the Odyssey, it is this epic tale. So, yeah, that's part of it for me. Zendaya, that plays, I'm okay with that. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's supposed to take place over 10 years. So how they shrink that down into a movie, I don't know. And the length of it, I think, is going to be, you know, one of those big questions. When you want to make an epic tale, they always make these things super long for the most part. And they're like, well, you just want it. Now, this movie is going to be 2 hours and 52 minutes long. That's 172 minutes.
250.
That's too
That's
long.
3 hours.
2 hours
That's
and
too
50.
long for me personally.
That's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's the bold move that they're making on this movie, because as they've just polled Americans now, they're realizing that their favorite and ideal time for the length of a movie is 88 minutes. The Odyssey is 172 minutes. So you have got more than twice the amount of time that a usual audience wants to watch a movie for. They've doubled the length of what people prefer.
It better be good.
Well, that's why some people have a problem with Hollywood, is because they have a claim that they don't listen to the fans and the people. They only listen to who's in their bubble. The fans are telling them what they want, and they're not giving it to them.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how this works. Now, the attention spans are dropping. In 2024, that number was 92 minutes. So in just 2 years, we're down 4 minutes. So we're shaving 2 or so minutes off of our desired time for the length of a movie every 2 years at 88 minutes now. Only 10% of Americans want movies 2 hours or longer. So the Odyssey, you are hitting 10% of the audience's preferences. Just as you break down and do the math, I'd be like, as we're walking through the reason why we did a 2 hour and 52-minute long epic tale when all of Americans seem to want shorter movies, was this the right play? Will we make our money back?
I mean, I'm not saying there's not good movies out there that are 2.5 hours long. Of course there is. But typically if I see it's getting up to that 3 hour mark, I'm going, do I really want to see this?
If you make it that long, you better make it good.
But we're also trained that way. Think about Netflix in a series.
Yeah.
They're basically mini movies now.
Right.
It's an hour long.
Or 40 minutes.
Or 40 minutes, and it goes right into the next episode.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
it's bite-sized.
yeah.
If you got time for one, you can just chew off one. The upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day is 150 minutes long. Disclosure Day, which you could say questionable returns for that at the box office based on what they expected, that's 145 minutes. Keep in mind now, we prefer 88-minute movies. They say
was long.
Only Minions and Monsters at 90 minutes comes close to what audiences actually want. And that's, of course, a kid's movie, but it had a franchise worst opening over the weekend. Yeah,
and comedies typically try to go under 2 hours. If you're doing a comedy over 2 hours, you got
hard
nards.
to make that play. Hard to make that
It's
play.
hard to make that play.
Yeah, so we'll see how a movie like The Odyssey does. Does it go against the grain and actually perform well, or will it be a sign to Hollywood that we're done with these long-ass 3 hour epic tales? Virginia, you said your daughter Magnolia got a very disturbing letter, and when she received it, you were actually out of town and kind of out of pocket a bit, not
Yes.
home just chilling.
Right.
Now, what was this letter about and why was she so alarmed?
Well, I have it here. I'll read it to you. It says, "Hello there, Magnolia. I wanted to extend my deepest condolences for your recent loss. While I didn't have the chance to know Virginia, I do understand the challenges that can arise during this trying period. Having faced a similar situation, I'd like to help ease some burdens. If you're feeling unsure about what to do with an inherited property, you're not alone. We're here to help."
Well, that happened so fast.
Basically, they told my daughter I had just died and they wanted to help her sell my home.
Yeah.
Was she sad or excited?
She was horrified.
I mean, it's a nice.
You'd
it's
have to
a nice
ask her.
house. It's a nice house.
I'm coming
You'd
into
have to
a nice
ask
house.
her, but I mean,
Okay.
I don't know.
Look,
Is this a scam?
everything is a scam these days. Something happened to me similar where they said my brother was in another country but they're good at mimicking and making people sound like your family members. It's crazy. It's almost like they run it through a filter. And they were trying to get me to send all this money because he needed an operation and he was dying. And it was all a scam.
It does bring up an issue that is happening more frequently, though. If you have a tight internal family, sometimes you're bombarded by so many messages, and I know this, that you miss some, that you really need to have a way that you can get a hold of somebody in your family in case something like this is happening, because we have this even in our family circle thing. You'll send a text, which you think is kind of important, but they're just out of pocket.
Do-do-do.
They've got other things going on, so many other messages on their phone that they don't notice it. And you're saying, hey, I need to know if you're alive or not. And it's not returned for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. And you're just like, okay. And you're calling, it's going to voicemail. You know, it is kind of weird because as we are being overexposed to other messages, we're missing on some really important ones. It used to be a lot easier to get a hold of somebody before we got to smartphones. When it was just a quick little phone and you could pick it up, that was the ideal age of access. That's when I could call my family and get them right away. They're like, oh, this cool new little device is ringing. I
Hey,
want to answer
Dad.
it. Yes. Now it will be. We've had messages like that even in our family where I'm like, hey, I kind of like a more immediate response to this. And it's 5, 6, 7 hours. Maybe you don't even get a response. You're like, what's going on? And you're like,
Rocco got so annoyed with our family group chat.
Yeah.
He muted it.
yeah.
So none of the messages were even getting to Rocco
Right.
from our family group chat because
weird.
his short attention span that's been crafted by technology didn't want to deal with all of the sidebar conversations. He had had enough of us talking about where we were going to dinner or stuff like that.
right.
He was like,
Getting
whatever.
getting annoyed with it.
Yeah, but then if you actually did need him and you had gotten something like that, or you heard be like, hey, there was an accident somewhere, and then you're like, oh my gosh, Rocco's there, and you're trying to get a hold of him.
Right.
And then he's muted you and you
Right.
can't get a hold of him. And now it goes 3-4 hours and you're driving there. You can't get any kind of news. And he's like, ugh, thank God I muted that thing. The message is going crazy.
It's insane.
And it's
Yeah.
it's easy to mess with people, whether it's through a letter like you got or through the phone. People got dummy burner numbers. It's crazy.
Well, there's so many scammers out there just doing this and that and that and this, like trying to separate you from your money. You're always having to be like on guard.
Yeah.
And everything is suspicious. We trust no one. Like it's a crazy state to constantly be in mentally.
Yeah, you know what? I know some people have figured out maybe there's spam issues and how to do it. But if you go through my phone, 95% of anything that comes to my phone is spam. And so I'm the same way. I'm now conditioned that I see all these messages and I don't really pay close attention. And every now and then, one gets by the goalie. 1 out of 25 messages I should actually have my eye on.
It's true.
And it's because we're just being crushed too much. And I really thought they were going to have no call lists and all that kind of stuff. I've tried to get on all of them. And
That's a lie.
none of them are effective. I am getting bombarded every day. So I easily could do the same thing. I could miss a message.
Well, all of our information has been sold to the dark web.
Yeah.
And they don't care about your no-call list.
Well, it's gotten to a point. I mean, even for me, there's calls I have to get sometimes from doctors about appointments and all this stuff. And sometimes even I don't trust them. They
Right.
sound scammy.
Right. And you're like, oh, I'm sending that to voicemail. That's a scam. No, that's your doctor.
Oh, telling me they have my blood result. I might need to get that answer.
It's becoming harder than ever to actually reach somebody that you need to get a hold of, and somebody that's close enough to you, you would expect you'd be able to reach with no problem. It's becoming more challenging, and it's wild.
It is wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair.
Well, I'm glad you're alive, Virginia.
I'm alive.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And maybe don't do this. If you're a real estate person, don't send this out.
It's a little, yeah.
It's not fair. It's not
Did
nice.
no one catch that and be like, hey, it made it sound like her mom's dead.
I'm not dead. And my daughter panics very quickly, and she thought I was dead because I was in New York, and
There was not a full moon out, was there?
probably
Yeah.
FMS.
People fighting online, losing their minds. So we read the crazy crap they write and have a fun time. Well, get ready for this week's digital drama.
All right, it's time here for a little digital drama. All kinds of crazy stuff happening on social media. And we got a little thread here with a new woman who just moved into the neighborhood and got everybody talking. She's young, gorgeous, always dressed to impress, and somehow every married guy seems to suddenly need a walk around the block. One wife is convinced that this woman is trying to steal everybody's man and post a warning in the neighborhood Facebook group.
What?
Yeah, just to warn everybody.
Is this real?
That woman would be Tracy, who's done that. Virginia can play the role of Jessica, and Jaybird, you can be Barb here. And then, let me see here. We got another special. Well, looks like Denny's here, but Denny's is out today, unfortunately. So I will play the part of Linda as well.
Oh, you're doing a double duty.
I believe I will, yes.
If anyone can, it's that man.
Okay. All right, here we go. This is what Tracy had to say. Ladies, keep an eye on your husbands. Ever since this new blonde moved in, she's been out watering her flowers every evening in outfits that belong in a music video. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Maybe she's just living her life. Not every attractive woman wakes up plotting to steal your husband.
Living her best life. She introduced herself to my husband before she even knew my name. Then she laughed at every dumb joke he made. I almost pulled the hamstring sprinting across the yard. I was going to clock the hoe.
She asked my husband if he could help her carry a tiny Amazon box. A tiny box? Unless there was a refrigerator folded up inside, she didn't need help. Thank you. Last night she was jogging at 9:30 with a full face of makeup. That's not cardio. That's marketing.
Or maybe she's new in town, trying to make friends. Some of you idiots are acting like your husbands are helpless puppies.
I caught my husband taking the trash out 3 times yesterday. We only had 1 bag. Suddenly, this man has become the hardest working sanitation employee in America.
If she wants my husband that bad, she's welcome to him. Just remember, he snores like a leaf blower, forgets every anniversary, and he farts like a warthog while he sleeps. Good luck, sweetheart.
Drama.
And this thread here, Alex is fed up after the neighbors spent another Saturday blasting Taylor Swift at full volume. He vents in the neighborhood next door, and the Swifties immediately are declaring war.
Oh, boy. That is one crew you don't want to battle.
Okay, wow. All right, well, let me see here. We've got me playing the role of Alex, and I'll also be Jordan. We've got here Jaybird playing the role of Taylor, and Virginia, you can be Sam.
Is Sam a boy or a girl?
Make it whatever you want, Virginia.
Okay.
Make
all
it
right.
yours, girl.
I'm going to make Sam fluid then.
Okay. Interesting play.
You don't know what Sam is.
Whoever's been blasting Taylor Swift for the last 4 hours, we get it. She wrote another breakup song. Please let the rest of the neighborhood heal.
Imagine admitting online that Taylor Swift hurts your feelings. Get a life, bro.
You know, she doesn't hurt my feelings. She hurts my eardrums. And you're the grown-ass man defending Taylor Swift online? Grow a pair, dude.
Funny because she's filling stadiums while you're crying in a neighborhood next door group. You sound like a bitch-ass boomer.
Good for her. Doesn't mean I need to hear the soundtrack to everyone's ex-boyfriend every Saturday. Also, she sucks. Every song sounds the same. You know what? You sound exhausting. You blast old man rock, and I think that sucks. Just because you play the song Bad to the Bone 10 times doesn't really mean you're bad to the bone. I like songs that aren't written by premenopausal women and teenage girls.
I like watching you do multiple rows back to back to back to back.
Got a lot going on over here.
It's actually giving me such great delight.
I mean, what heavy lifting Kevin is doing.
That's it, baby.
You deserve an Oscar.
I got it all over here.
Maybe because Taylor Swift is one of the biggest artists in the world. You ever think you're the problem?
This post has big I peaked in high school energy. You probably have a micro weenie.
Alex, you're just jealous because nobody has ever written a song about you. I hope Travis Kelce kicks your ass one day.
Great job, Kevin.
Okay, well, great job.
Yes,
everybody.
you are the MVP.
We had a lot going on here. We've all got them, baby. Random strong opinions. And we want to hear yours right now. You can text them in to us. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. You can call as well. What are your thoughts on this? I actually think I might be into this random strong opinion. They say headstones should have the cause of death on them.
Oh, I kind of agree with that.
I would spend more time going through a graveyard and be like, oh, wow, look at that. It's crazy.
I go through all the time and try to speculate.
I don't know if I agree on that one. Imagine if someone got brutally murdered and that's for everyone to see and watch. And I think that would attract sickos that would want to go there and look at that. And I don't know.
Not saying it's a good idea, but I'm saying I would like it.
Not saying it's kind or humane.
Not saying it's the right thing to do.
No.
But I'm telling you, I would spend a lot more time at a graveyard. I'd be more intrigued.
All right.
It would make it very juicy.
All right. When you put it that way, it does sound a little badass.
Yeah. Turning on hazard lights does not magically turn any space into a parking spot. People will do that. Like, oh, no, I'm good. I got my hazards on. And they're stopped in the middle of the road. You ever seen it where people will actually do that? I have seen that. Somebody has stopped on a road with their hazards on. And I'm like, that doesn't magically turn this into a parking spot. This is still a thoroughfare. Yes. What are we doing here?
Some people shouldn't drive, and I'm probably one of them.
We got two right here.
Ryan in Fort Lauderdale said, green peppers are disgusting and bitter. Yellow, orange, and red are delicious, but I can't stand the green peppers. Yeah, you're right. What is it? Just different levels of ripening, I believe.
Yeah, they get sweeter as they get redder.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's ones I really do respond to and like. Because Honeyface got me, my girlfriend Honeyface got me into them, and I do like them. But there's one I don't jive with. It's got to be the green pepper.
The green pepper to me, when it's sauteed, is actually maybe the best of the peppers. But the other ones you can eat raw. But the green, to me, you got to have them sauteed. You got to put a little heat on those babies.
And you don't like the spicy, Jay Bird.
No.
There's green, red, and there's a bunch of benign ones.
But they don't. None of them are
spicy ones.
Well, that's like a jalapeno or whatever, right?
There's so many.
I was shocked how unspicy they were not.
Yeah, sweet peppers, bell peppers, those are different than other peppers, but don't let the color fool you.
Yes, and if the texture's too thick, I'm like, I turn into a 5-year-old. I'm like, can we make him a little bit thinner, please?
One person said, I'm 31 and I always hear how Gen X has the best music. And you know what? They're absolutely right. Our music is boring and repetitive these days. They're not wrong. You know, I do feel for that. And I think you're seeing some old souls or just kids that are maybe a little bit more in tune with music that are gravitating towards some of the older stuff where songs would be 5 to 8 minutes long and they have a lot of different melodies and it's going all over the place. Ain't nobody got time for that today. Like those songs just don't survive on radio today. And they're made to be repetitive and the audio itself is so compressed that it's all the same level. It just doesn't have the textures old music did. I know I'm a boomer. I'm preaching about music.
No,
they're dead right.
I think you're completely right. I mean, the death of the bridge. Remember when songs had bridges in them? You know, a little cousin of it sounding like part of the song that went slightly different for a good 20 seconds, and then it would go back to the regular verse, whatever. You don't hear bridges anymore.
If that stuff is still alive at School of Rock, I will tell you, Rocco and all of his classmates that are like, 10 years old, 15 years old, younger kids still are playing the good music, the rock, the stuff that had meat on it.
Well, there's a reason why Don't Stop Believin' is still played massively, because it's just a well-crafted song, and it's universally beloved. They did it right.
Yeah, I mean, music does take little ebbs and flows and changes in different ways. In fact, the latest interesting little fun factoid about music that I saw is interesting. And I don't know what this might speak to, but remember how music started to get pretty raunchy? And we're like, oh, gosh, man, that's a lot more intense than I remember when I was a kid growing up. You would hear stuff and...
Like WAP? Yeah, a little intense.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some rough stuff, too, back in the day.
Yeah, we did.
OPP. How can I explain it?
Yeah.
Well, I'd take it frame by frame.
But that wasn't as graphic as a WAP.
It was not. He's right.
Yeah. And the thing about it, too, is they say that now it's flipping back in the other direction. According to a recent digital music news report, just 13% of Spotify's top 50 songs now carry an explicit label. In 2018, that number was 74%.
Wow.
So something is going on in music where they've started to get rid of, or at least the ones that are trending the best right now on Spotify are not the ones that are most graphic.
Well, it was getting kind of ridiculous. When we'd get a new song, it'd be from like Adele, and Denny's would have to listen to every single, is Adele about to drop an F-bomb in this ballad?
We might have peaked at WAP. We might be like, where do we go from here? After this, where do we go? A couple of random strong opinions we got here. Beet sugar is superior to cane sugar, which is why so many things in Europe taste better. I don't know if I know the difference. I don't think I've ever tried the beet sugar.
You brought me some kind of different sugary thing before, Virginia, and you were bragging about it, saying how Panda loved it, and I did not care for it. Do you remember what that was?
I don't. Was it like a
Oh, this is not gonna go
molasses or something?
Yeah, this segment is not gonna. I'm backing out. I can't remember.
Beet sugar. Is it spelled like?
Beet.
Oh, beet.
Yeah.
B-E-E-T. I was spelling it like B-E-E-C-H.
Yeah, no,
This is your team.
I never heard of beet sugar.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I don't know what that is. I don't know where you buy it. Is it taken from the beet, the vegetable?
Nobody knows, Virginia. Nobody knows.
Huh. Beet sugar, the sweet rival to cane sugar.
Okay.
I kind of want to try it now.
Just opened our world up.
Do you want to make tomorrow Friday sugar or Sugar Friday?
Oof.
No. I'll have a little taste of it, but I'm trying to go the other way.
Would that be considered one of the worst radio bits of all time?
Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. Apparently, Paris is the city of love because Cardi B may have a new man. Now, I guess it is an international soccer star from Team Nigeria. Maduka Okoye and Cardi B were spotted talking, having cocktails. He's laughing, she's laughing. There's a little arm touching going on, and people are saying, oh, yeah, this may be her next eyes on the prize. And good for her. I think she likes a famous man. And who better to start dating than one of the goalkeepers who's making it happen right now in the World Cup?
Because the goalies can use their hands.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, he can.
And everything else, too.
He was using them when he was talking to her. The two of them were like loving what each other was having to say. Dumois posted so many photos yesterday, and I was checking it out. She's flirting and blushing, and it's a perfect time to get you a little World Cup D. Go for it, Cardi B.
All right, over under pregnant 6 weeks.
I'm going to go under.
Okay.
Under 6 weeks.
Yes.
Well, I've got some big news for you. If you, like us, love Randy Travis, he is going to be releasing his first album of original songs in nearly 2 decades. His last one came all the way back in 2008 before he had that stroke. You know, he had that stroke in 2013, and it really set him back a lot. Really affected his ability to sing. The first single that he's putting out, it's called Fish On.
All right. Okay.
You don't get more country than that.
He's got a song that's so underrated called I Told You So.
I love that song.
It's a heartbreaker, and it's from the 80s, but it is a really great country song.
Randy Travis is a mood, y'all.
He brought the heat.
If you don't know Randy Travis, get in you some so that when Fish On is released on Friday, you are up with the grooves. He did the perfect thing too. He let the first people that hear it be a bunch of patients and families at St. Jude's Children's Hospital, where he went and did a concert for free.
I mean, come on. Let's say you nail it.
Home run. And not to keep it country, but I can't help it. Garth Brooks is headed back into arenas this fall. He just announced that he's going to be doing a Blame It All on My Roots tour, leaning hard into all of his 90s hits and nostalgia.
It's good.
No word on whether or not Chris Gaines will make an appearance, but if he would do that.
I'm not even kidding you. I went down an hour, maybe longer rabbit hole of Garth Brooks just doing his social media. My man needs some work.
Boomer struggles with the soch.
He comes off just like a weirdo. It's like, Garth, turn off the phone.
Some people say he is a weirdo.
He's got some weird videos out there.
Now,
I guarantee his team said, Garth, you might want to take that one down.
We don't know him like that, but, you know, it's entirely possible that he is a weird dude who just knows how to perform and really is great at getting a crowd worked into a frenzy.
I'm not taking anything away from his talent, but his social media, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe half of it.
He's also bringing back another old tradition with these shows. He's going to be recording them for brand new live albums. So if you are at one of these shows, it's a very good chance that he'll be recording the show you're at and then releasing it as a live album. And then you, of course, have to buy the album from the show you were at. It's kind of genius.
Did the Kevin Ralston ever have a Garth Brooks run where you were listening to any of his music?
Oh, yeah, it was really big. It was my senior class song was Friends in Low Places. So, yeah, you couldn't get away. That was the era.
That was the era. Country was king.
And it took over my whole school. Like, we went from, I thought everybody's kind of normal and listened to regular music, and then country the last 2 or 3 years. It was just all country.
But did you dig it?
Yeah, I liked it. I listened to it. It was good. I mean, I'm not sure how proud I was to be singing Friends in Low Places is the song that so embodied our graduating class.
I mean,
but it did kind of fit, actually.
It fit perfect.
I was going to protest. I'm like, actually, that's going to work. So, never mind. It's all good.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
So what do we have here? A makeup or a breakup? Would you stay in this relationship? Sounds like it's a pretty good one. They've been together for a year. It says here, though, before meeting, this person was an avid backpacker and a world traveler. Now, when I got with my boyfriend, he knew that this was a big part of my personality, and we went on a 4-day trip last year to one of my favorite places and a place that was on his bucket list, and we had a great time. But for some reason, this year has been quite a struggle to plan anything. We had a trip canceled because he was panicking about getting things around the house done. Now, for me, going out and seeing the world takes priority over getting stuff done around the house. Luckily, everything was refunded, so we didn't really lose any money on it, but a little perturbed that we didn't even get to take the trip. And then last night he revealed that he never took a vacation because his ex was stubborn about money. So I'm starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. Now, financially, they were doing fine, but it sounds like he's taken on her attitude towards this. And he also quit his job with over 300 vacation hours. I'm like, why are you never taking off time or doing anything? It's almost like he doesn't want to enjoy life.
He quit his job.
Yeah. So apparently whenever he left it. Now, I don't know that he's not working now, but he quit a job that he had 300 vacation hours. And she's just saying, you had a lot of time you could have taken to do vacations. She's more about living life. It sounds like he's more about saving, working, being frugal, doing things around the house. And after about a year, and this is usually what happens in relationships, you start to see these patterns. Now, they were probably in that honeymoon phase when he's going on a trip. I love to travel.
Yeah.
This is great.
I love all the sex we're having.
Now, about a year into it, he's like, all right, now his true colors are starting to show. And
now I'm bored of sleeping with you.
Yeah, and she's just like, I just don't know about this. And I know a lot of people probably say, hey, just do your own solo adventures. You'll be fine. She's like, I've done it, though, and I just like traveling with somebody better. It's nice when you have somebody that you're sharing these experiences with, and that's what I thought I was getting. And now I'm starting to see that maybe I didn't. Would you end otherwise a great, amazing relationship over something like this?
Yes.
I agree.
Because you need to be happy, and what makes you happy is traveling with a partner, and he's not your partner if he doesn't like to travel with you. And that's okay. Yep. But you need to just have a really honest, kind conversation with him and just tell him how you feel. Look, I love to travel. This is in my heart. And if you don't want to go, I can't make you go. I don't want to make you go, but I got to find a man that does.
Yeah. Now, somebody else is wanting to know if this should be a makeup or breakup for them. They said that in the 2 years that they've been together with their girlfriend, they've noticed over the last couple of months, it's kind of like she's been slowly turning the volume down on our relationship. Texts take longer to come back. Plans get made and then quietly fall apart. And when we're together, she's there, but she's also kind of not there, if that makes sense.
Is she going through menopause?
Don't think so. They're a lot younger.
Okay.
Or she's just going through men.
It sounds like she's kind of bored of you, dude.
That can happen too. Sometimes you got to sit down and have a heart-to-heart and address that stuff.
Yeah, and he has, and he gets no, everything's fine. It's good. Why you keep asking? And, I just kind of feel her pulling away in real time, and I just don't know what to do about it. Do I keep pushing for a real conversation and risk pushing her away faster, or do I just accept that everything is fine and maybe I'm making something up in my own head? How do you know when it's time to do something? Because he's trying to get the answer. He's trying to press the issue. She's like, everything's fine. So have you ever had that where you think maybe you get too into your head, and how do you sort out what are real legitimate signs that your relationship is just done, or you're making a problem in your head that doesn't exist?
If you're too in your head, meditate on it. Quiet your mind, quiet your thoughts.
Okay.
But if she's acting like she's just not that into you, do you really want to be with somebody who's not that into you? Like,
never.
Let her go, bro. Catch and release.
I don't care what kind of relationship, whether it's business, whether it's friendship, whether it's romance. If you don't really want me around, I don't want to be there.
And if you're not suiting up for the game and you're not into it, guy or girl, if you're not coming to the table excited and happy to be there, then bye.
It sounds, and I'm being a little paranoid, but it sounded like it could either be a rut or there's a new person in town that's taking her attention.
Could be. Some people are suggesting maybe you just need to break out of a rut. You guys need to start taking on some different projects and doing some fun things together and experience life, and maybe that will recharge. Or either recharge, or if she's not receptive, then it'll let you know this thing is over. It goes one way or the other, but at least it gets you off of that. I think a lot of people just hate relationships that are on that slow simmer where it's like you can tell we're getting way too comfortable, and this is just, there's no passion in any of this, and we're just surviving. We're not thriving.
And I don't think anyone wants to live in limbo either. It sounds like he doesn't have answers, but he's kind of getting answers. No.
It needs to have sparkle. It needs to have excitement. You need to be enjoying this person. You need to have conversation that is stimulating, where you still are excited to catch up with each other's day. If you're not having that, then you got to keep it moving.
You're right.
And go find that. And maybe nothing is forever. Maybe you just got to date a new girl every 5 years.
Maybe.
I mean, that's there. Oh, yeah.
Sorry for the truth.
Yeah, I don't think I would end it, but I would definitely try to shake it up. And if it doesn't go in a positive direction, then it's time to end it.
I'm with V, though. As soon as I would sense somebody doesn't want me around, I'm pulling the plug.
I'm already gone if you're not participating.
Is this a makeup or a breakup? Your husband drives you and your 2 young kids off of a 250-foot cliff.
It's a breakup.
It's a breakup?
He did it on purpose?
That's the argument. I don't know if you've been following the story. Do you remember the guy, he was like a doctor or radiologist, and he was in his Tesla and drove his family off a cliff?
I do remember that story. I thought they all died.
No. They all survived.
They all survived?
It's one heck of a commercial for Tesla.
Right. What are they building these Teslas out of?
See? UFO stuff.
Damn.
Now, originally, he was charged with 3 counts of attempted murder, and his wife initially told investigators that he had acted on purpose and needed psychiatric help. Medical experts then testified that he was suffering from major depressive disorder with psychotic features, experiencing delusions and a psychotic episode at the time of the crash. But apparently now he has been acquitted and his wife has taken him back. So this is a makeup, y'all.
She didn't want him to lose his medical career because he's the breadwinner of the family.
Or maybe he's really having medical issues.
Right.
That can happen.
Yeah.
But as soon as you say that he had a big episode and he's not stable and he needs to be committed, then he can't be a doctor and he can't be the breadwinner.
Yeah, he did lose that medical license. So that's gone. So he lost that, but she still kept him. So she supported his treatment. She forgave him. And she's like, I'm going to stay with you, dude.
Was he a doctor?
Radiologist.
Radiologist. Okay, that's a little different.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about a full-on MD.
Okay. Still think you make some decent money.
You
there.
can, yeah.
Enough to buy a Tesla, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way you get behind the wheel of that thing's got to be on self-drive.
We no longer trust you.
Yes.
If I was her, I'd just be like, I'm going to drive.
So the question, can you answer like a majority of the people here on the KVJ show? Got myself, Virginia, Jaybird, and with Denny's being out this week, we're going to have Evelyn step in here, and this is a whole new thing to try to figure out because we got Evelyn, who is a good bit younger than the rest of us, so how will our answers change this game?
She's a baby.
Yeah, huh? Okay.
Compared to us.
Evelyn, you need a piece of paper to write your answers down on.
Here you go. I got
Let's
you.
get that. Okay.
Don't worry.
Here's a pen.
I've been doing this for...
I got a pen right here.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I have 2 pieces of paper. You don't have to
Yeah.
share one.
All right,
We're not in a crisis.
Okay.
Okay, first thing we're going to do here is you're going to write down your answer and tell me a junk food you eat too much of. Junk food you eat too much of. Okay, I'm going to start off by just saying chips. Chips.
Man, it's a good one.
Too many chips. Virginia, what did you write down?
Yes, I wrote chips as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jaybird?
Only talking hand pies.
Ham pies.
You know,
Okay.
I love hand pies. You know this.
What is a ham?
Really? Oh my gosh! So they look like a kind of like an empanada or a pierogi, but it's got the sweet fillings. The apple, I highly recommend.
Sounds good. I wrote ice cream.
Oh, ice cream's good.
I love ice cream.
Yes.
Not bad, but we do have a match with myself and Virginia, so we both get a point
All
on
right,
that one.
Evelyn, we have to start thinking like each other now.
Okay.
Okay, what is an item found in a junk drawer? Item found in a junk drawer. Okay, Virginia, you get to start us off on this round. What is an item that you think of in a junk drawer you would have?
I always have a lot of these in the junk drawer. Matches.
Okay. Jaybird?
Picture of dead relatives. I don't think,
So specific.
I'm not sure Evelyn's going to match that one.
It's. I was gonna say something like
Do you
Virginia,
have
but it's
pictures of Jaybird's dead relatives in your junk
no, I do not.
There's a picture like of all these old relatives I don't know that are dead. I'm like, who's that?
Okay, no, I wrote a lighter, so it's similar.
Lighter, cigarette lighter.
And I went lip balm. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I guess we don't have necessarily a match on that one.
I like dead relatives the best.
Yeah.
Never said I was good at this game or any of these games.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to the dead relatives I don't know.
Okay, next up, give me a coffee style. We're going to start with you on this round, Evelyn. Give me a coffee style.
Like latte.
It could be, yeah. That'd be an answer.
That's what I. Okay, latte.
So you're going to go latte. I went Cuban. Virginia.
I went espresso.
Jaybird.
Just because at this point I don't even think I'm in the hunt. I went Sanka.
Okay.
It's like from the 70s, Evelyn. It's so
Our
old.
minds are not. No.
At this point I've had to punt.
Okay, give me a state that people forget exists. What would that state be? Where you're just like, oh, that's right. I forgot they were a state. A forgettable state I'm going to go with is Delaware. Delaware. Drove through it one time and I kind of forgot about it. Virginia.
I put Vermont, kind of in that same hood.
Okay. Yep. Jaybird.
Only talking about Delaware.
Oh,
back, baby.
Look at this.
The bird is back.
Evelyn.
I wrote Delaware too.
Wow.
Wow. How about that? I mean, I got a 3 for on that one. Okay. All right. So I've got 2. Virginia, Jaybird, Evelyn all now have 1 point.
Yeah, representing.
Okay. Next up, give me an animal you would see at a zoo. Animal you would see at a zoo. What are you going to go with here, Virginia? Let you start it.
They're the most fun to watch. Show me monkey.
Jaybird.
Only because I got bit by one when I was 6. Ostrich.
Okay.
I wrote monkey as well.
Okay.
And I went tiger.
Oh.
So Virginia gets a point. Evelyn gets a point. We got a 3-way tie now.
Wow.
Makes it very exciting.
Evelyn, let's destroy him.
It's destroyed.
We're going to think like Evelyn.
Kev, you want to join forces and try to think like me?
That's going to be a tough one to dial in. But. Okay. Next up, give me a sports mascot. A sports mascot.
Okay. Okay.
Any sport and the mascot. Jaybird, what are you going to go with?
I went with the bull from Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
I wrote the bird. I don't even know his name, but from the Miami. Isn't there a bird?
Oh, Bernie.
Bernie, yes,
Yeah,
Bernie.
from the Miami Heat.
Yes.
Okay. I went Billy the Marlin. Virginia?
Billy the Marlin.
Okay. Wow. All right. Virginia and I get a point on that. We are tied at 3 apiece.
But everyone's still in this thing.
Okay. Next up, give me a party game. A game you might play at a party. Okay. All right. Evelyn?
Beer pong.
Okay.
The party.
I went quarters. Virginia?
Beer pong.
Jaybird?
Naked Twister.
Now your party sounds like more fun.
Virginia
Naked
gets
Twister.
a point. Evelyn gets a point. Virginia gets a win.
Wow. Man.
Yay.
4-3. Jaybird had one.
Team girl.
Team girl.
Yay.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Imagine you're just doing a little flight lesson, and all of a sudden, the pilot turns to you, and he's 20 years your senior, by the way, and he says, you know what to do. You know what you have to do. Carry on. The pilot then removes his headset, puts away his phone, unbuckles his seatbelt, opens the door, and jumps from the aircraft without a parachute at about 850 feet.
What the hell is going on?
This is what really happened on a flight in Argentina. It was on July 4th near Toledo, Cordoba, and they were on a Cessna 150, and a flight lesson is going on. And you've got the pilot, the 42-year-old instructor, and the 22-year-old licensed student. Now, despite the traumatic situation, be like, oh my gosh, my instructor just leapt to his death.
On purpose? And did a peace out?
Yeah, the trainee did great and was able to land the plane all on her own.
Wow.
But they're trying to figure out what the heck was going on.
She's not going to be right for a minute.
I mean, what the heck?
We need to get home, girl, a little therapy.
I mean, I would sit there and be going, I'm getting punked, right? I mean, there's got to be some.
He's got to have a parachute.
Yeah.
It's got to be some elaborate prank. He has a parachute. It's not cool, but he really jumped to his death?
He did. Yeah,
Damn.
unfortunately, they found the body later. But
that is going to stick with that girl for a minute.
It might be. I mean, do you trust me? Like, you know what? I think I'm only going to go into a plane where I'm actually, I know I'm going to take off and I'm going to land this thing.
But at least she knows, hey, when the S-bomb hits the fan, I am able to take control of the situation and save myself. Yeah. Apparently, she's far enough along in her lessons where she was able to do a good job. Good for her.
There was that one dude who never even flew a plane, and the one guy, I think, had a heart attack, and they had to teach him how to land the plane.
Air traffic control walked him through it, and he did it.
Could you imagine that?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you do it if you have to, but good Lord, you don't want to ever have to.
But don't you feel like you could accomplish anything at that point?
You can.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting move. A 36-year-old Christopher Peden of Fort Wayne, Indiana, decided to take a kitchen knife inside his neighbor's garage and douse down his Johnson and then set it on fire and then cut it off.
He may be going through something.
Yeah, I think both these guys might have been, yeah. Pretty crazy.
Mental health is real, y'all.
Or you hope that they're on hardcore drugs because that would be the only excuse.
Now, originally he said that he'd been stabbed in downtown Fort Wayne, but then later he admitted that he'd actually harmed himself and confessed to the self-inflicted act and arson, saying he wanted to be truthful. He's like, all right, I got to be real with you guys. This is all me. Yeah.
Wow.
That dismembered Johnson there, that's on me.
What a weirdo.
A lot of times I've noticed in these interrogation videos, the criminal will finally confess if they get fast food or a cigarette. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'll tell you where the body's at, but can I get a pack of smokes?
I would start with fast food and a cigarette then. If I was the cops, I'd be like, look, I got to talk to you about some stuff. But first, here's a Big Mac and a smoke.
It's a weird thing, but I've seen it happen at least 10 different times on these interrogation videos.
Those 5'6" Predator catchers got another one.
Good for them.
This time it's 24-year-old Kevin Alvarez who drove from Miami to Delray Beach to meet a 14-year-old girl to try to remove her virginity. He was all ready for the occasion, and when 561 Predator catchers rolled up on him, he took off running. But you got a dude that trains for MMA that's part of 561 Predator catchers, so that mile-and-a-half jog was nothing.
He can't wait to run.
Yeah.
He's excited. He hopes you take off.
I've been training for this moment.
Let's go. And I've got a GoPro strapped to my forehead.
When they take off running, the video does better, and a lot of times they catch him, and then it's not good for the predator.
You're right.
24-year-old Kevin Alvarez was charged with several felonies and apparently works at Apex USA, or maybe I should say did. Apex USA.
Apex, you need to let him go.
They say 12 Chinese nationals were arrested by Miami-Dade police after they were allegedly caught performing sex acts for additional payments at massage parlors. Wow, that's wild. You can do that?
We call that the Robert Kraft.
Whoa. They say each of the women is now charged with prostitution and practicing a healthcare profession without a license.
All right, let's not be too hard on them.
Somebody was.
Yes. Boy, I got to tell you, the Gators are having a moment right now. You got to be careful, boy. They're biting like crazy. In fact, actually killed somebody last week, and now an 11-year-old Pennsylvania boy lost his hand.
Oh, no.
There's a little fishing trip that was going on. Brody Terry was fishing from the shore at Nelson Fish Camp near Umatilla in Marion County when a 8-foot alligator went for the fish that he had caught. He was trying to reel it in, tried to get it, and gator comes up. His dad tried to get the gator off of his son. The gator at that moment decided to roll.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's when the boy lost his hand, so they've successfully amputated the wrist.
Damn.
They've raised $20,000 in a GoFundMe, but yeah, just anytime you're near water, especially those kind of, more sitting bodies, you're not going to have that, in the ocean or something like that, but you get by a canal or a pond or something along those lines.
Would it be too soon at Halloween to suggest a Captain Hook costume?
He might. That's a great way to play it.
Lean in.
Yeah.
I would lean in.
Mm-hmm. There's a 71-year-old man that says he was fishing behind his home in North Fort Myers when an alligator suddenly exploded out of the water, grabbed his leg, and dragged him into the canal.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they are. Gators are having a moment right now.
Don't be too close to the water, y'all.
And you know what he did? He remembered that you got to stick your thumb in the eye, and that's what he did.
That's what you do. You poke their eye out.
I think you do that to anything that's attacking you.
Amen.
A gator can't fight if a gator can't see.
Took a fishing pole, jabbed the gator in the other eye.
Good.
The gator's like, doink, oh, I can't see.
They did the old Three Stooges on them.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's able to get out, and his bulldog helped him back to his feet.
Wow.
Yeah, so they still haven't found the gator.
Well, look for one that's got some vision problems.
One wearing a patch.
One that's going to the eye doctor.
Right. Now, this I'm trying to figure out. They say that a woman's epidural was so strong that she fell asleep and gave birth while she was sleeping.
I read this story. I was like, what?
I'm trying to figure out what happened here, because then apparently her kid is just like mom and was very sleepy as well. The baby came out and just kind of slid right out. She's sleeping, the baby's sleeping, comes right out, and they don't hear any noise. They're going, what happened? Is there a baby around here? I'm confused.
Well, they started looking for a heartbeat, and they're like, we can't find a heartbeat in the belly. Well, that's because the baby was already out.
Right.
In the bed.
Yes, it was under the blankets just snoozing. So's mom. It's a weird story, honestly. Here's a bit of the audio from it.
Oh my gosh, it's okay. We just had a baby in the bed. Hi. Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable you didn't feel that.
Wow.
She missed the whole birth.
I mean, in a sense, though, do you really want to be, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. We can go home. Sweet.
I mean, it is a happy ending, but that is weird that the baby would travel out the birth canal and you wouldn't feel anything. Now, an epidural does make you numb to the pain, but at least I did. I still felt children coming out of me.
You felt a lot of pain, or did the epidural work enough to where you're like, all right, I got this?
The epidural works great when done right. It gets rid of a lot of the pain, but you still feel the pressure and you still feel the movement of something up by your stomach
I think so, yeah.
coming out of your vagina.
You'd think so.
But she had previous kids before that, and maybe that hallway was loosened up.
Sounds like a lovely experience. Wow, huh? Crazy. And that's what you got going on in your whacked out news.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
You know, it's starting to get the feel with me like everyone who's just in it for some trouble is becoming an influencer. And there's story after story after story where if my kid was like, hey, Dad, I'm going to be an influencer. I'm like, okay, let's really look into this. Is this the best thing possible? Now, there's a lot of stories that it just seems what is happening is it is a bad formula. It's young content creators who are trying to do crazy things to get attention. They're getting sponsorship dollars. A lot of it's about excess. And I just think all these things together, when young kids have money and they're trying to do crazy things to get more attention, you're just kind of seeing some of the byproducts. And there are so many stories. I mean, I'm just looking at a handful of the ones from today. You know, we talked about this a couple days ago, the influencer Brianna Johnson that was shot and killed, and also her cousin wound up dying as well.
Young, beautiful young lady.
Right.
Got into a fight or an altercation, a verbal thing at a gas station after leaving a party.
Yeah.
Just a quick exchange at a gas station that was ugly. Then the car pulls alongside of them and shoots into the car that she's in.
She's 21. She's out Saturday into Sunday morning. It's 5:30 a.m. They're in a Lamborghini. So this is all that kind of stuff that is going on. I mean, that's a lot for someone that age to really handle.
Dude, all that stuff spiritually depletes people. When you're always chasing that big thing and look at me and that might drop this and I'm the best and all it's going to weigh down on people.
Yeah.
You're not going to create a great overall society. It's going to catch up with people.
It's just when you have all the too much too soon is really what I think is happening with the influencer craze. And we're seeing so much of it here in South Florida. And then also, I just think some of the people are maybe drawn into what the influencing world is. They're chasing something of no substance. And this is kind of what you're seeing at the end. A lot of them seem to be troubled. There's another story about one of those looks maxers. These are the guys that do all kinds of crazy stuff to look as hot as possible, like hitting themselves in the face with hammers. It's not even a joke. One of them, Connor Murphy, he reportedly just went into a lake in Thailand and then did not resurface.
Oh, my gosh.
And I guess nobody necessarily knows if it was intentional or what happened. Was it an accidental drowning? Was it an intentional drowning? There is one of his final posts was captioned obituary pending. So I don't, and again, you're trying to do stuff to get attention. So is this just him trying to grab attention? Could it possibly be that he was trying to do something kind of crazy to get attention doing that, and it ended up costing him his life?
Yeah, there was one I saw the other day. It's this young, attractive girl. She's in the middle of a shopping aisle, but she's deliberately just blocking everybody. And you have all of these elderly people trying to get through. So the elderly woman finally gets through, but because she's an older woman, she loses balance, falls into the rack at the store, and she's just laying on the ground.
Oh
and
my
that goes
gosh.
viral. And she probably got monetized for that.
What a mess. What an actual disgusting mess.
You watched it and you go, this actually makes me disgusted.
Yeah, I get really pissed when I see people hurting the elderly out in public. I will get involved.
Yeah, I mean, this just seems to be some of the ongoing stuff that is continually happening with this. And, you know, last week we had seen the couple that had climbed to the top of the Empire State Building to propose. And clearly they were doing it for likes and shares because she took a big photo of her engagement ring on her finger overlooking New York City.
Yeah,
that was intentional.
Yes, it's great. So cool.
And now you don't even know when people are in distress or whether they're just trying to get engagement, because I saw that the NYPD had to pull somebody off of the suspension cables on the Brooklyn Bridge. They were just walking them.
Oh.
Like it was a tightrope.
Oh.
Yeah, so they had to get the man down, and they just don't even know. People are like, oh, I think he's suicidal. People are like, I don't know. I think he's trying to get shares and likes. You just, I mean, that's really what this business has become. And one story after another, you're just seeing the worst byproducts of it.
That's insanity.
Yeah. And then I guess anybody can call themselves an influencer, but it just seems to be some of the most deranged people in our society now. That's what they identify themselves as being, as an influencer.
Well, it's also becoming a punchline too. When I'm an influencer, people make fun of that now, and people weren't making fun of it. Now you're like, okay, you're an influencer, great, okay, you've got 8 followers,
but you're also young too,
right?
And you don't have good judgment, and I think that's the problem. You're combining risky behavior with dumb brain.
Even the older influencers,
you're right,
have bad judgment as well. There's a story out of Miami, a 42-year-old Wes Watson who calls himself a fitness influencer who beat the living tar out of this Jersey dude inside of Elevation Fitness on December 29th of 2024. They've got the body cam footage out of that now. And I mean,
I want to see the footage from the gym. I don't want to see the body cam of the aftermath. Show me what happened in the gym.
They've got that. Yeah, I think I sent that to Evelyn. If she can pull that up, you can watch that on YouTube. And that's what it shows. It shows inside of the gym. He's got the dude down on the ground and he is hitting him. And this guy's massive. He's a wall of muscle. He is of the bigger size of people you see in the gym. He'd be the kind of person to be like, okay, this guy spends all of his time here.
What happened?
The victim got a fractured face, concussion, 2 black eyes. I think that he started getting a little bit mouthy. They say the victim approached Watson, and Watson is the influencer, to confront him. He pushed him first. And then Watson, the fitness influencer, responded by repeatedly striking him with a weightlifting belt.
Oh, damn.
And you should see the other guy's face. It's rough. And now this Watson dude is looking at 21 months in prison.
Well, it's kind of like they say not everyone can drink. Not everyone should have social media. Some people can't handle it. It's too much power, man.
You're right.
And I just think it plays too much into look at me now. And they're trying to do things to get people to look at them. And unfortunately, a lot of those things are not good.
And it's also making people impatient, too, with one another.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a wild world. I mean, today alone, there's 4 not very great stories that seem to have the influencer angle going on.
From all different ages.
All different ages, all different places, all different things going on. But throwing yourself into that world can sometimes take you down to dark paths that you don't want to be on. Jaybird, what you got on your mind today?
I noticed something, and is this new, and do schools like it? I was driving by my high school from, I went to Palm Beach Gardens High School, and on their marquee, they have a grade on there of what it's like, we are a B school or an A school. Do schools want that out there, especially if you have a terrible grade? And when did that start becoming a thing where you know what kind of grade basically you are going to? Because that was never a thing when I went to school.
Where they grade the schools themselves in the districts?
For example, if you have a good school, it'll say our letter is an A or A plus or whatever. And some schools will say we are a C school.
Yeah.
That can't be A. They probably don't like that. And is that a newer rule?
It's been going on for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, when my twins were young, we looked at that, and that was 25 years ago.
You look at it when you're buying a house, if you have kids, because it used to be where you could only go to school right there by where your house was. So you wanted to make sure you were in an A or B district, not like Kevin in a D district when his kids were that
terrible
age.
School. Yeah.
He was in a terrible district when his kids were little.
But when I bought my house, I never thought about kids.
Right.
I'm not even thinking about it, so I wasn't
But they had the grade available when you drove by to see it.
Yeah, we checked it in 2000, so 26 years ago.
I'm glad I got my finger right in the pulse of...
There you go, baby.
Boy,
you're right on it.
When you don't have kids, it doesn't matter.
Topical Pennington at it again. It's like, Bird, that was 30 years ago. I just noticed it. But I was with my girlfriend, and we were both talking. If you have a bad grade and you're the school, you're probably kind of like, we better get our act together.
It's tough, and that's where people say sometimes they'll shave and do things to try to shave some points off or try to get some points this way, and they'll try to maybe fudge the numbers because, look, raises, everything depends upon that level. And so, that's where sometimes it can become questionable. What are they doing to try to achieve that grade? Because it's also about how much funding they get, and it all relies on that grade.
What else have I not noticed in 25 years?
That'd take a while.
Dude, you're going to have to do a side podcast.
Yeah.
We don't got time.
I'm like, oh, man, I got a heater topic right now.
This thing ends at 10.
Yeah.
We ain't got time.
Things I've missed. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I've been talking about doing this for a while. I think the concept of plant bingo is so much fun, and I finally figured out how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it at the Moose Lodge.
Oh, boy.
Now, it's going to be July 25th. At the Moose Lodge. That's a Saturday. We're going to do it at noon. You don't have to be a Moose member to come and play. You just sign in, buy your little bingo card. All the proceeds are going to Maddie's Fight Foundation, and the winners from each round of bingo will get to come up and pick a plant. And the plants have been grown by the high school kids at Jupiter High School.
I love it.
That is cool.
I love me a plant.
Yes.
You better hope there's not a plant, like a person plant that wants to kick your ass because you keep winning at the Moose.
Oh, I'm not going to win bingo.
Yeah.
Because Rocco's going to call bingo. He's going to be the bingo caller, and I'm going to be up there helping him.
Okay, so you're taking yourself out of the potential to win.
I'm taking myself out of the race, and I'm just cheering for everybody else to win cool plants.
Well, you're just turning into Mrs. Moose over there.
I love the moose.
I was going to say. She does.
I get it. Believe me, I might run at the Moose before, too. It is a lot of fun.
I had so much fun on Sunday just being a clown and just having a good time. And
Oh, yeah.
all my little friends are there.
Now look at you.
And it only sounds like half of them hate you, so I think you're good.
The ones that hate me are
those
pretty
are good numbers
quiet.
for most places she goes.
Yeah. Those are great numbers.
Yeah, if she can get half that like her.
There's part of me that wants you to win that jackpot so bad.
Half the people want me to win again. The other half would burn the building down if I win Queen of Hearts again.
I just like the Joker. I just want to see what happens. Because I think people would lose their minds.
Well, I got picked again, and they lost their minds.
Yeah.
Just getting picked again, they were yelling, "It's rigged!"
Well, I'm down for that plant bingo.
Mark
That
it in the
sounds fun.
calendar. It'll be noon on July 25th. All the proceeds will go to Maddie's Fight Foundation because that is Maddie's birthday weekend. And so it's a beautiful time to honor her and her family and what they are doing in her honor. And so July 25th at noon at the Moose in Tequesta.
Only question, what's a calendar? No, I'm just kidding.
I'll remind you.
We got a super hot ticket here. Several of them. In fact, 8 in total. 4-pack to Rapids Water Park, a 4-pack to the Cox Science Center, and a $100 Visa gift card from Love the Palm Beaches. And Xander is on here from Palm Beach Gardens. What up, Xander?
What up?
How you doing, bud?
Good.
Good. How's the summer going?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What's the coolest thing you got to do so far?
Go on Naveport Navy base to visit my.
Whoa, that's pretty cool, man. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got some fun stuff here for you. Love to send you to Rapids and the Cox Science Center. Hook you up with $100 with Visa from Love the Palm Beaches for some great stuff at the concession stands. You just got to tell us here if this is a real animal or if it's Evelyn standing in for Denny's this week that's making the noise, okay?
All right, cool.
First thing I got for you here, Xander, is some camels in the desert. What are you thinking about that, Xander?
I think that's real.
You're going to go real on that? Yes. She'd
Yay.
be amazing if she was that good.
Now, some of these animals, I'm always kind of surprised how horrifying they sound.
I know, right?
Don't mess around.
No way.
All right.
What about this sea lion here? What do you think about this one? Is this Evelyn or animal?
That's Evelyn.
You think? Okay.
Yay.
Wow. Okay. I can't get any past this kid. And how about some zebras here? Zebras braying. What do you think? Is this Evelyn or animal?
That's a tough one.
Honestly, I'm going to go real because I don't think Evelyn can do that.
Okay, all right, man, Xander, you're good.
I mean, she can do a lot. She's pretty awesome, but I don't think she could do that either.
Yeah, it says pretty skilled. Okay, well, Xander, you got the big-time hookup, man. You're going to Rapids, you're going to Cox Science Center, and you got a $100 Visa gift card from Love the Palm Beaches. Okay, bud?
All right.
All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your summer, okay, dude?
Caw-caw. Caw-caw.
There you go. He's making his own animal noises now.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Xander's on it today. Well, we'd love to hear your confessions, those deep, dark secrets that you're holding on to. Spill the tea. Hey, you can do it anonymously, too. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. Got one person who's a waitress, and they said back in the day, I got to wait on a couple huge local celebrities at the time. One was Sally Field, and the other was Burt Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. What a dream.
It was in the 80s, and they were kind of hooking up here together in Palm Beach County after that fun little Smokey and the Bandit run they had
They
together.
were, I mean, that is hot there.
I think he even said that's the one that got away. I think he really was in love with Sally Fields.
They were fantastic.
Yeah.
Their chemistry in Smokey and the Bandit's absolutely amazing. And she said Sally Field was such a cute little thing and just an absolute joy. And Burt Reynolds was a huge D-head.
Really?
He was the biggest tool.
I saw an interview with Burt Reynolds, and obviously it was older. He said, yeah, I just have to tell people from the year 1971 to about 1994, I'm very sorry.
He was ego-driven.
He was ego-driven.
And I think he realizes that now. I mean, at least he did before he died.
Well, you think about him now. I don't know what he was like, growing up in Palm Beach County, but he went to Florida State where he was a big football star. And I know that gives you cachet and all the chicks want you there.
They still play Eastbound and Down. I'm rolling up and trucking.
Oh, they do? Okay, they should.
Absolutely. And I had to explain to Magnolia why they play that and what it is and who it came from, because they just think it's their football song. Oh my gosh, we love it.
He was a way better actor than people gave him credit for, and a lot of times it was some of his personal stunts he'd do outside of the industry. They would kind of say, all right, we don't even want to take a chance on you, Bert. But he had
a reputation, maybe.
He did, but he was really good, though.
Mm-hmm. This confession says, I went to a party and I was introduced to a man in his late 50s who was hosting. Then I met his son who was in his mid-20s. I kind of found myself intrigued by them both.
Well.
And now I'm getting calls from both of them, and I'm trying to figure out which one to go with or go with both.
This sounds like the opening of a porno.
Yes.
Wow. Is there anything...
A very modern porno, by the way.
Is it wrong or diabolical if she went on a date with both of them, and how transparent does she have to be to not be a monster?
Oh, I don't see any drama happening with this, Kev. No way.
Go out with the young one first, because it's probably not going to last. And then when that fizzles, then take a shot at daddy.
Okay.
I think it's terrible advice. I would not go for both of them.
Wreck Christmas.
I mean, you're walking into such dangerous waters.
Wow. I mean, I don't know why you can't go. I mean, you're talking about going on a date.
You're blowing up a family, but it's not your family.
Wow.
I'm just saying, proceed with caution. What could go wrong with this one?
It could be epically bad.
If you do try them both, let us know how that goes.
Yes, please tell us everything.
Mm-hmm. This confession says, my husband left me, and I then met a man through a support group, but now my husband is back, and he wants to work on things, and I don't know how to tell my new boyfriend. I've been married a long time, and I don't know if I should try again with my husband or keep my new man. It sounds like that's like a makeup or breakup, even more than just a confession. But I guess she does need to confess that she has got a new man, and I don't think her husband is aware, and he thinks they're just going to reconcile.
Yeah, it's sad.
That's messy, too.
That thing's littered with just messiness.
Yeah, I don't know what.
How is that worse than the first story?
Are they getting worse? Because brace yourself for the third one.
Some good dirt here today. Yeah, you know what? I think with your husband coming back, it's like, hey, it's like we're dating again, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta fancy you again the same way, and so this means the floor is open, and we'll date just like we had just met, and then maybe we'll wind up back together again, and maybe we won't.
You better put on your best flirt face.
Okay.
But he was. You said he went to rehab. Is that what it was?
It says my husband left me, and then I met a man through a support group.
He left you, and then that's different.
And now he's scratching back, but she's already started dating this other guy she met in the support group. And so, yeah, I would say, look, you got to earn. This is starting from scratch again.
Yeah, he left her. I'm not feeling bad.
Yeah, he gets points taken away for leaving her, but does she still hold a flame for him hardcore?
I'm sure she does to some extent, but, you know, have fun with it. See where it goes.
Date them both. Yeah,
date the dad and the son.
Throw it.
This confession says, when I met my husband, he joked that he was a bit clumsy, but this was a huge understatement. I've saved him from death at least 5 times, including the other day stopping him from walking in front of a speeding bus.
Oh, my gosh.
He just wasn't even paying attention. And honestly, I find myself sometimes saying, I don't know if I have the strength to do it again.
Just work.
I mean, we're talking electrocution, choking several times. This guy's just always, and I think she's starting to wear out the patience.
All right,
just get your life insurance in order before you don't help him the next time.
Let's not be too hard on this guy. Some people are clumsy.
My dental hygienist, she's always praising me and comments on how I must have an excellent cleaning regime for my teeth. Too ashamed to tell her that all I do is just scrape the crap away with the pointy end of the little nail file. But it's working well.
Some people have teeth that are strong and they are blessed.
If you can get in there with the pointy end of the nail file and not do damage to your gums, that's the thing. You don't want to hurt your gums. But if you can do that, you're doing the same thing they're doing.
Do you still do the water pick?
No, I have the same tools that the hygienist uses.
I thought the water pick really sucked. I didn't think it was strong enough, but then the shower that I have has like unbelievable force. Would that work as a water pick, or is that a terrible idea?
I mean, I just go back to flossing.
That's what I do, but I mean...
There's all these creative things to do instead of flossing, but flossing, the old flossing method is the best.
Well, then I had someone tell me, oh my gosh, water picking's the best way. I saw a woman's teeth improve 80%. But
for me, the water pick is too messy. The spray gets everywhere, and I am a freak about dots of water all over my mirror. It drives me insane, and I don't have time to Windex my mirror every day.
I've surrendered on ever trying to use Windex ever. I cannot ever. It always streaks. It always streaks.
And this confession says, I called up the place where I work and I used this fake voice. I was going, yeah, hi, I just wanted to say that I thought I went in there the other day and there was a guy named Mark and he was so good, so friendly, did everything I needed. Gave him all this great rave review about me. I went in and I got Employee of the Month and a raise.
Wow.
It works.
Sometimes didn't work with me. I got called out when I faked my voice. It was during COVID. I had long hair and a mask, and I had to go into a place, and I did not want to talk to this person. So I went in there three different times. First time I was country. The other 2 times I was British, and I got called out the 3rd time.
You went too big.
Like,
yeah.
Jay Bird, you doing a British thing?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe one time you get away with it, but yeah.
I went too big.
Yeah, too big. Kind of some big news for Justin Bieber getting onto that huge epic stage that is FIFA and the World Cup. It's unbelievable how much money they're going to be asking to get the broadcasting rights. I've heard $2 billion. And look, I mean, they're blowing away everything from like our Super Bowl, which everybody clamors to be a part of that. So look, if you can get on to anything FIFA and World Cup, it's going to be amazing just how much bigger this stage is going to be in 4 years when it rolls back around. Smart for Justin Bieber. He has been added to the lineup of the finale halftime show that's going to be going on July 19th. It's going to be in New York. You got Madonna, Shakira, and BTS also on the bill. So think about that. That's a pretty big bill to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good for him to be doing that. And, it's kind of cool because I think we're starting to understand some of the characters that are in soccer. It's great for us to see because we're not exposed to these people the same way the rest of the world is. And this Holland dude that is with Norway, I just can't wait to see this cat. And he's in South Florida right now. They're prepping in Fort Lauderdale for the game Saturday at Hard Rock Stadium. And I heard that Team Norway had to switch their hotel because they said that the hotel that they were in, there was a lot of construction noise and the facilities were inadequate. Where they were in Fort Lauderdale. They said that the rooms were poorly cleaned. There was mold. Ugh. And
welcome to a beach hotel, friend.
Wow, lack
you
of
gotta
privacy.
go 5-star. You got to go fancy if you're doing beach hotel in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, they said that they didn't have suitable recovery facilities. So they say the entire relocation was completed in about 2.5 hours, and they're setting up in a quieter hotel closer to Hard Rock Stadium. I wonder what that would be.
Now that's how you get sick. Those kind of conditions when you're dirty and your body, your mold.
Ugh.
Sure, you got to watch all that. So yeah, I don't know where they wound up landing. That is the one thing about Hard Rock Stadium is, other than the hotel and casino, there's not a lot of, I don't think, great options on where you're going to stay. They got that one bunk hotel that's the closest thing there to the stadium, and I would not want to stay in that.
Spend a little more. These are your athletes. Don't make them stay in a moldy ass room.
Yeah.
Spend a little more.
I'm curious where they wound up.
There's plenty of great Fort Lauderdale hotels that don't have mold.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple of random questions for you. Have you ever shaved another person? If so, who was it? How'd you shave them and why? I think the only time I've ever done it was when my wife was pregnant and she was not able to see in places she could not see.
Show me on Jaybird what that looked like.
Yeah, he's got a piece of equipment I'd have to move around a bit.
Well, I mean,
which she doesn't have.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Make it sexy. I will hold the camera.
And that was tricky. I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I just don't know if this is a good idea.
Were you using a razor, like a Bic razor, or were you using like a...
So I had a little bit of the trimmer action. And so I tried to do that because I was most comfortable with that. But then she wanted me to clean up the edges with the razor.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I think I did okay. I think we made it through. But boy, and my hand was shaking. So I'm like, oh, if
You give good haircuts?
I didn't think it was bad, and she couldn't tell. That was the best part about it. She couldn't even see it. I mean, I don't know.
But if you would have clipped a lip, she would have told you about it.
That's all I had to do. It didn't have to look great.
It didn't have to, even if it looked like a bowl cut, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
If it would have hurt, then she would have told you. So you must have done good.
You ever shave somebody, Virginia?
Not for anything other than this dumb show.
Okay.
I think we've done it here a few times.
Okay. You ever shaved anybody, Bird?
I have. I used to cut hair for guys I played baseball with, and I'd give them fades, and sometimes I'd have to trim up their beard and trim up the back of their neck. I wouldn't. It was weird because like every third haircut, I would nail it, but there'd always be two of. I'm like, no, it looks good, man. Please get out of my apartment before you see how terrible it looks.
Okay, so I think it's different if you're cutting somebody's hair to when you're cutting somebody's privates. I thought you meant their privates.
Oh, no.
It was just shaved another person.
Shaved, period.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not shave Armando's privates.
Now that I would watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we get our likes and shares up, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think she's wrong.
How many contacts do you have in your phone?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I was looking at mine. I was curious.
Look and see.
I was curious if this is average or above average. Now, keep in mind that we've got the fam on here, and so there's a lot of my daughter's contacts that have been in here, some of my wife's, so it's kind of annoying that it's a family thing, but we have 2,763, and honestly, there's probably about 2,300 we don't need.
I've got 1,438.
Okay, 1,438. What do you got over there, Bird?
1311.
1311, okay. Yeah, I think it's the family thing. It's throwing everything off.
Yeah. You don't have more friends than us.
half the people on my phone, I have no idea who they are. They all have nicknames, and I could have met them 10 years ago.
A few people in my phone are dead.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's that left down depression lane.
And then I don't have the balls to delete them. I miss them. I love them.
Just keep it in there, huh?
I just keep the dead in my phone. Is that weird?
Well, is this weird? Sometimes I call Aunt Anne's number.
Damn.
I know. Yeah, I think that is weird and morbid. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
No. I mean, the number is obviously disabled, but I know people that do that. And then they'll call and leave a message.
I'll call my mom's number too, and it's still available, which is bizarre to me. Yeah.
Okay, and if you could go live one day as a kid again, what would you do? Imagine it's a summer day, you got nothing planned. What does your day look like if you today could relive it? I think mine, I would sleep in. I would go up, find the neighborhood kids. We'd play a little bit of sport outside, have to be a little bit of water sport, maybe run through a sprinkler, a little slip and slide. I don't know if I have enough time. And then we're going to do a little Pac-Man fever and play some video games together. And then we're going to get on our bikes and we're going to go ramp. And then we're going to go down into the gully to our little hidden fort that we had down there. It's going to be the ideal kid summer day.
Then you're going to find an alien named E.T. It sounds like that's what it got.
That was it. Minus the alien. That was our summers every day. And it would just be fun to me just to go back and wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I get to live this day again. How cool would that be to step into a moment or part of your life, be like, all right, you know what these days were like. Now you get just one more chance at it.
So cool.
Yeah, that's what my day would be. What about you, Virginia? If you could live one day as a kid again?
I'd probably get on my bike.
Okay.
And go ride and get a snowball because that was my thing.
All right.
At the end of the street, there was a snowball stand. And so we'd go get snowballs all the time.
Okay.
And then we would go to this Baptist church, about 7 blocks away, and we would climb on the roof.
Oh, wow.
Nobody was there on a Saturday. Sunday's their big day.
Yeah.
So on Saturday, it was kind of a ghost town.
Okay.
We could go up there and climb on the roof all the way to the tippy top. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay.
And then go ride our bikes over to the levee. I lived not too far from the Mississippi River.
All right.
So when it was low tide, you could go on the other side of the levee. And it's like a whole little crazy wonderland where you can go and find all kind of cool treasures.
Okay. That's kid fun right there.
Kid fun.
What about you, Jaber? If you could live one day as a kid again, what would you do?
I would be an underdog in a karate tournament with no shot of winning, and I win the whole thing.
You better bring it.
I better bring it. I better bring it. And then, obviously, after you win, you go get pizza.
Obviously.
We do have more KVJ that is coming your way. It is called the After the Show, and you can watch it live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, or get on demand. YouTube and Spotify is where that lives. Before we do that, Bird, if you would, wrap us up with your thought for the day.
I wasn't ready, so I'll just go ahead.
He was reliving that childhood karate tournament.
So I'll end it with this. Sweep the leg.
Okay. I love it.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.